Welcome back, everybody, to the 2019 Ebonite Fall Classic here at Maple Lanes in Waterloo, Iowa. I'm Mike Flanagan. I'll be joined by Tom Hess here in just a few minutes as we get going here on the C Squad qualifying. Squad was supposed to start about 7 o'clock. We're running about 30 minutes behind this evening due to getting everybody organized and getting the lanes oiled. This lane pattern that you've seen with an A squad and a B squad today, which consisted of 7 games each, 43 feet in length, 31.14 milliliters of oil out on the lanes, 2.14 to 1 ratio. Earlier today, we actually saw Tom Hess lead his squad, and the results aren't in yet on Twitter for what happened on the last squad due to being a man down in the tournament office, and we'll get A and B combined here, I was told, once this squad gets off the ground, along with the squad list up here in the booth. So I appreciate your patience on that. I do want to welcome everybody into the chat. I want to thank everybody for following us today. This is the tournament formerly known as the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open, and I really understood and knew how to deliver those words, even though there was a lot of them. But because of just different reasons up here in this area and the way things have been going, they weren't able to continue to support the tournament like they did in the past. So Ebonite is the new title sponsor of the event. We've been talking about it this weekend, the Ebonite Fall Classic. We had a squad this morning at 8:30. We had a squad at 1:45, and this one here at 7. Each squad can take up to 60 bowlers. This squad, I believe, is actually over the 60 bowler limit, but we'll find that out in just a few minutes. It was a $160 entry fee to get into this tournament. It's $3,000 for first. The bowlers do skip pairs after each game. They skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and then they repeat the process for these 7 total games. If you're just joining us, the format of the tournament, tomorrow morning we'll be back at 9 a.m. here at the same place here on YouTube for the cashers round, 6 games, and then around noon we'll start the top 10, in which bowlers 5th place through 10th place end up bowling in some sort of modified bracket. I'll explain that later, and the top 4 will be seeded into the top 4 step ladder. So the bowler that comes out of that bracket will be established as the number 5 seed. We do have some sponsors here in this event. Of course, Ebonite is the title sponsor. If you're looking for a new bowling ball purchase, we suggest Ebonite. Check out the Choice, the Futura, the Game Breaker 3 line, the Destiny line, all the way down to the Maxim line. If you're getting somebody interested in the game, maybe a great Christmas present, get them a Maxim for Christmas and get them hooked on a game of bowling. Also, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau has been supporting this event. This is actually the 16th version of this tournament. There's always one in February and there's one in September. So we want to thank the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau for everything that they do. Also, Logo Infusion. They have a coupon code where you can save 20% off. Been supporting the tournament for the last few years. GIBA 19. GIBA 19 will get you 20% off over at Logo Infusion. In addition to that, we want to thank Brandon Steen, who bowled the tournament earlier today. He's been supporting this tournament for a very long time wherever he works. He works at USA Mortgage, and they support this event and the Greater Iowa Bowling Association with all the other tournaments that they put on. If you want to find out more information about these tournaments, go to giba-bowling.com. You can find out all the information. Joe Engelkist and his family do a great job running these events and have for many, many years. Another sponsor is the Kingpin Bar and Grill right here at Maple Lanes. They donate a portion of all the food and beverage revenues back into the tournament. And in the bar, they serve Budweiser and Bud Light. The Budweiser family of beers, a proud sponsor of this event. And our final sponsor we have is also the Hampton Inn. Whenever I come to Waterloo, I stay at the Hampton Inn. I suggest you do as well. So that's the rundown of what we have going on in this event today. I do have a couple different pairs available for you to view. We have lanes 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 that we kind of stay on. And then we also have lanes 13 and 14 that we go to on occasion as well. I think now that all that's out of the way, 2 things. I'll introduce my guest here in the booth, and then I'll also check out the chat and see what we have going on. I want to welcome you all in this evening, and I want to welcome Tom Hess into the booth. Welcome, brother.
How are you, sir?
Doing good.
That sounded a little rough there. Hadn't talked in a while. Been listening to you do that 30-minute read there in about 10 minutes. That was pretty good.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here I like to go over. Like to get it started out. Like to sound professional at the beginning, and then, of course, all hell breaks loose after that. So.
It's way downhill after you introduce me. I get it.
So I want to welcome in Stephen, Kyler, Mike Pate.
Hi, Mikey.
Yeah, no, we don't have the standings yet. Like I said, we are a person down up in the tournament office right now. We're really missing Jennifer at this point in time. But Joe assured me that we would get a squad list and that we would get A and B combined standings sometime within 30 minutes after the start of this squad. So
there's one up there on the table. You want me to go see if I can grab it?
Yeah, if you want to. Sure.
All right. Let me get to work.
So he's going to go grab that and maybe get a squad list for us. Appreciate the likes down below on YouTube. Certainly do appreciate that. We also don't know how many he's taken to tomorrow. We'll figure all that out shortly, too. So currently right now,
Be either 57 or 58 is what he was thinking earlier.
Okay.
That's one of the very good things about the Engelkith family. Joe will look at what we had for brackets today, and Joe doesn't put any of that money back in his pocket. He adds some extra cashers out of the bracket proceeds. And I just want to say thank you to them.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome that they do that. So the guy sitting next to me is leading the tournament. He bowled this morning 211 over. Second is Nate Stubler. He's 207 over. Then back a little bit from there at 182 over is Cameron Crow. Then in fourth, Steve Keeler got to 172. He's in fourth, former champion. Chris Wiley in fifth is at plus 171. Sixth, Jacob Bedard at 168. Seventh is Dave Barris at 113. Eighth is Dakota Vostri at 108. Ninth is Sean Riley at 107. At 106 is Shea Bittenbender in 10th. John Marsala got to 11th, plus 102. And then Casey Murphy got to plus 101. He's won the tournament twice. So is Tom, sitting next to me. And those are all the bowlers that were 100 over or more. Let's see how many we had that were plus. 48 bowlers are plus. If they take 57-ish, I would say cut scorers going to be somewhere around 22, 21-ish, something like that.
22, so you think that would be 18 people off this squad?
Yeah, maybe more, maybe more.
So we were doing, so I think there's 105 people have bowled so far. So 35th would be 1 in 3 right now.
Yeah, and that number is 34. And there's a tie.
Traditionally, this squad, the scores are just a little bit lower for whatever reason. You know,
Yep.
Third time the pattern's put out for the day. A lot of times the really good bowlers have already bowled, but there's a lot of really good bowlers on this squad.
Hi. How you doing? What'd you have the last couple of games? A bunch?
Mike's chatting with Steven Keeler. I think we should get out another headset and make him our third stooge in the booth.
I could do that. It's not impossible.
Although he probably wants to go down and watch his wife. Linda. I'm going to put Linda. Let's see. Steven's got 170. I'm putting Linda in at 175 over soft.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yeah, well, you got to fourth. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Linda versus Steve in the final.
Whoa, hold your, calm down.
Well, it's either Hess versus Hess or Keeler versus Keeler, but
it can't be Hess versus Hess.
I know, so that's why I got to go Keeler.
One of us
Keeler.
didn't hold up our part.
I know.
You should have made me stay. She probably would have made the cut had you made me stay in here and
I
talk
know,
all day and
I
not
know.
watch her.
Probably would have.
She might be leading the darn thing.
It's interesting just how tight the standings are.
Fifth is 34 over. I don't expect the scores on this squad to be quite as low as they are in years past. I mean, we've got 11th frame winner Andy Mills down there. Looking around, some great college players, Ronnie Fajita, Austin Bolds.
Yeah, Ronnie re-entered.
Paul Bobers won a regional. Tanya Rumenper, who
she's here.
Oh
my gosh!
Absolutely smashed a 7-pin.
I didn't know Tanya was here.
To lose the Women's U.S. Open this year. Heartbreak.
Yeah.
I about hit my head on the ceiling. Wanted her to win. She threw that shot so good. For that pin to stand in that situation is just ultimate heartbreak.
I'm going to make a bold prediction right here. I'm making a bold prediction.
Okay.
Tanya leads this squad.
That's, looking on down here, you got Brady Stearns, winner of back-to-back regionals up in Minnesota earlier this year. Chad Nelson, Dan Bach. We've all know what they've done in the Mega Bucks. Just kind of taking a look around. I don't think we have a roster yet, do we?
No, I'm going to go bug them.
Oh, don't go bug them. Oh, boy. Mike left me in charge, people. I'm the only one in the booth. Something's going to crash. And he didn't even put the chat up, so I can't even scroll through the chat. Nope, he's back. We got through it. Nothing crashed.
Let's see. You're welcome, Jason, for streaming. Good to hear you're doing a little bit okay. Any steak and shakes near the lanes? I don't believe so, Jason. No. No steak and shake tonight for me. I actually have eaten pretty well today because the pace was a little bit faster, so really didn't have to worry about it too much. I will tell you an interesting story. So Tom comes up and sits down in the booth, and all is well. No worries. Everything's good. And I go to switch over just one graphic, and my switching software completely shut down.
Yeah, my fault.
Just completely shuts down.
All I had to do was touch the headphones, and the live stream went down.
Thank goodness I back everything up and just had to click a button.
Getting smarter in your 20th year of doing this, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I think I am probably like 10 or 11. It's amazing. I got to go say hi to Tanya real quick.
Hey, put the chat up just in case somebody, so I can at least try to do something here. How's everybody doing today? Hit me up in the chat. So this has been a pretty tricky pattern this year. A little bit of a longer pattern than we normally bowled on, but this center just hooks so much that there was still plenty of hook. As we talked about earlier, I used the all-new GB3 Black Blue all 6 games today. Yeah, you did know that Tanya Coach is just down the road here, right?
Is that where it is?
Mm-hmm. Mount Mercy's down in Cedar Rapids. The Sydney Urban getting ready here to bowl on lane 8 is one of her bowlers. I believe Sydney's from Michigan.
Now our stream's starting to fail.
Uh-oh.
It looks like it recovered for now.
I'd look at that, but it just looks like a foreign language to me. I don't even know what's going on. So
it's just it's got to sit right here, and if it ever starts going yellow or red, it means it's not working right.
Okay, I can figure that out.
I thought the scoring pace of this tournament was going to be through the roof this morning. I've never had to scramble so quick to grab my camera for possible 300 games.
Yeah? Well, next time, don't.
I had, let's see what I did here. Let's see what we had. We had 300 for Josh Powell, 298 for Chris Wiley. Troy Fuller had 287. A guy by the name of Tom Hess I had to move the camera for, and he only bowled 279 after the front 9.
Yeah.
But the egg machine's going.
But did the other 3 guys bring the camera back to you after you jinxed them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, you didn't jinx Josh if he got them all.
No, he got them all.
Was that on 25 and 26 too?
I think it was 5 and 6.
Oh, 5 and 6.
Yeah. Anything that ends in 5 and 6 is good during A squad.
Okay, so I want to start on 5 and 6 tomorrow and skip 4 pair every game? Is that what you're
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like that?
Did you get in the bet you win pot?
I did, sir.
Some people don't.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Thanks, Roger. Hopefully you got to watch Jonathan bowl during the last game of B Squad. Jason has a question. Tom, what balls did you throw earlier today?
I threw the all-new GB3 Black Blue. Pretty much the only ball that went down the lane. Games 5 and 6 I just couldn't quite get it to do the right thing, so I tried a ball or 2 there, but I mean nothing of significance. It was all done with the new GB3. Pinned down. There's pictures of it out on my Facebook page and out on Twitter. If you go to the Ebonite page on Twitter, they've shared it. Pin under the ring, no hole.
Tim Grundler almost picked up the 2-8-10 kind of a weird way. Nick Crummell and I had quite the sarcastic one-game call earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he's over there having an interesting game. And he just missed a 2-pin. He's got 2 single-pin misses, doesn't he?
2 single pin misses, 2 8-1s, both splits, and a 4-bagger.
Yeah.
For 144 in the 8th.
Dana says, I know I've said this in the past, but what is cool looking in this center is the magic triangles and sure picks repainted and the Cubic AMF logos. I enjoy looking at the center as much as I do watching the bowlers. They did do a nice job keeping this kind of retro but fresh and new.
Yeah, and looking at it on the computer, it does not look near as good as it does here in person. That's pretty sharp. That black and orange really pops. When the Imes and Zach bought this, they did a really good job of updating it.
Is Zach still involved?
I think he is. I think I shouldn't say that, you know, without being 100% positive, but. Is that urethane? Or is that a...
Who's that?
Sydney Urban.
Thank you.
I think it's a... might have been a web tour. Andy Mills off to a little bit of a rough start over there on 5 and 6. 9 out, 9 out.
We do have
4 9 spares.
I have a squad list now.
Okay, here we go.
I'll go over it quickly here. We are using all the lanes. Down on lanes 1 and 2, we have Joe Bevelaqua, Paul Bober, Ronnie Fujita, and Chris Pearson. Over on 3 and 4, we have Logan Graham, A.J. Peters, Michael Buhner, and J.P. Richmond. On 5 and 6, Anthony Dodge, Isaac Goodman, Andy Mills, and Tanya Rumpemper. 7 and 8, Darren Bloomquist, Sydney Urban, Abby Fangman, Jamie Huspo. Then on 9 and 10, we have C.J. Boyer, Jamie Clark, Tim Grunler, and Shelly Hamer. On 11 and 12, we have Isaac Erickson, Clayton Reed, Alec Carr, and Joshua Zeke. 13 and 14, Ken Duffield, Zach Rhodes, Blake Demore, and Brody Green. 15 and 16, we have Dan Bach, Chad Nelson, Nick Crummell, and Brady Stearns.
Pretty solid pair.
17 and 18, Quinn Sheely, Donovan Thomas, Don Birkenthal, and Billy Hibbard. 19 and 20, Braxton Coble, Candace Newman, Austin Aud, and Brendan Williams. 21 and 22, Drake Bazzi, Garrett Haley, Jacob Frazier, and Mason Sturkle. 23 and 24, Gabe Bartlett, Nathan Wright, Linda Keeler, and Lance Rockwell. 25 and 26, we have Justin Einen and Russ Oviatt, along with Brett Keimig and Evan Miller. 27 and 28, we have Andy Shutt, J.D. Spar, Dan Carpenter, and Michael Yaw. 29 and 30, we have Jalen Mosley, Christopher Yadeau, Scott Merritt, and Brandon Morocco. And then 31 and 32, we have Austin Bull, Jerry Mars, David Kroll, and Brandon Mooney. Russ Oviatt, I think, came from a pretty far distance to get here.
Yeah, he lives in South Dakota.
That's a ways.
Yes. Old collegiately down at Arizona State. But I do believe he's back home now in Sioux Falls.
I had a comment in the chat, old guy in shorts can roll.
Old guy in the shorts.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who that might be. Is it Husbo right here?
I don't know. I'm an old guy in shorts. And I'm cold.
Oh, it's chilly in here, man.
Yeah, it is. Comfortable while you're bowling, though.
I was up here in my Speedo only earlier. Just my Speedo. I had to put some clothes on.
Thank you.
It was really chilly. That's a good question for you, Tom. If I actually was sitting here in just a leopard Speedo, would you be comfortable sitting in the booth?
I'd probably be comfortable. I don't know that you would, but I'd be okay.
So you'd be totally cool with me just sitting here in a leopard Speedo.
Well, no, time out. You didn't say would I be totally cool. You asked if I'd be comfortable.
Okay.
That's a picture I'm not going to be able to get out of my head now. Why'd you have to go and do that?
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. The things that go through that mind of yours, Mr. Flanagan.
Well, I was trying to make myself feel better because I was sitting here thinking, man, I'm cold. I wish I had like a coat on or something. So I have to like give myself reverse psychology and think, well, I could be wearing just a Speedo, and then this would be great right now what I have on. So I had to mentally get myself in a spot that I'm comfortable with what I'm wearing right now and I'm not cold.
Yeah, I see that. I know a little bit about how your brain works. Need to check what's going on with my football game back up here. Ooh, Iowa State scored again. 14-6. Cyclones over the Hawkeyes. Dag nut. How I'm a Hawkeye fan, so I'm not liking that score right now.
A lot of game left.
Yeah, for a game that started at 3 and it's now 8, there is a lot of game left.
Isn't there?
Yeah, they're just in the middle of the third quarter.
How'd that happen?
2 weather delays. They took them off the field for lightning, and they brought them back on. They played about another 6 minutes and had to take everybody and empty the stadium again because of lightning. You know, it's Iowa. You don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Have you ever been to the Field of Dreams?
I have not.
Every time I come up here, I want to go to the Field of Dreams, but I don't think it's even close to here, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yeah, you're less than like 40, 50 miles from it.
Really?
Yeah. It's in Dyersville, Iowa.
You know, they're going to be playing a real baseball game there.
No.
Oh, okay.
The White Sox are playing, man. That's not real baseball.
Okay. Against the Yankees, right?
Yep. $70 miles. Right over here by Dubuque.
It's that close to Dubuque?
Mm-hmm.
I should have went there when I had a couple tournaments in Dubuque.
Yep. So come back up.
You've never been?
I've never been. I have never been. It's going to be interesting, you know, speaking of that, with only 8,000 seats, the people that win the lottery to get those seats, what do you think those are going to go for?
Oh,
to go
a bunch.
see that game at the Field of Dreams.
A bunch. Do you like that movie?
You know, I don't know that I've ever watched it from start to finish. I'm not a big movie guy myself.
Really?
Yeah. I was making fun of the fact that it's, you know, of course it's the Yankees, and somebody was telling me, isn't that the 2 teams that played there in the movie? Was the Yankees and the
I'm pretty
White
sure.
Sox? Is that that's why? Because I was just thinking, you know, it would have been cool to do something like maybe the Cubs and Brewers there, or the Twins and, you know, the Twins. They're close, you know. That would have been neat. I just hope that whatever network broadcasts this, it's blocked out across the country so that people will know what it's like to live in Iowa during the baseball season and try to watch the MLB app. %30 of the league's blocked out. We can't, on the MLB app, we can't watch the Twins, the Brewers, the Cubs, the White Sox, the Cardinals, and the Royals.
Yeah, it's not good.
But yet they keep sending me advertisements and they want me to buy their package for $150 or whatever it is.
Right. Bob wants to know, are we going to have scores posted? I'm hoping soon they'll be tweeted out. So earlier, while B Squad was going on, I asked the question what it would be like if bowling balls had feelings. Like, you know, they couldn't feel pain, though, but just had feelings. So, you know, they get made in the factory, and, you know, a case of balls finds out they're going to the PBA truck. Would they be happy? Or would they be happier going to a pro shop and bowling 3 games a week for 5 or 6 years and being, you know, somebody's love and pride and joy? Or would they rather have the chance of bowling on television, breaking a record, and being in a museum for the rest of its life and on display? You know, like what would be the best situation? What would you, if you were a bowling ball and you had feelings, what would you want?
Interesting. I take back my statement about knowing a little bit about how your brain works. Why would you even? Michael. Where would you want to go? Would you want to be a
Yeah.
3 games a week league bowler?
Right.
Or do you want to get punched up, drilled up after practice session and go down the lane for 2 games and then get thrown in some pro's bag, never to be seen again?
Yeah. Would you rather have Oscar Palermo throw you or a senior bowler with about 12 miles an hour?
Well,
Jerry?
if you can't feel pain,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't really matter.
You know, if you bowling balls had feelings when they passed the no weight hole rule, were they all happy about it?
Yeah.
You know?
Except for the ones that are going to have to get plugged.
Right. That's true. That's true. Do you think bowling balls would be a fan of inserts and thumb slugs?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it requires a hammer to hit the slugs into the ball. You know, like would that make them feel vulnerable,
Yeah, might.
taken advantage of?
Oh, question. Question from the Lady Pro. I'm pretty familiar with this center. Do I think ASIM is better or symmetric is better? I threw a GB3 black blue all 6 games.
Chaos Black.
Okay,
Chaos Black
You-
is your ball.
you don't have a
That's your
Chaos
ball.
black with you?
I know. I have that ball, but I think it's the silver. It's too shiny.
Tanya's getting some advice up here in the booth.
I'm telling her how to beat me tomorrow. How
Yeah.
smart am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. I mean,
She asked ASIM or SIM.
you know, now that I come to think about it, I've won twice in this building, and I don't think any of my damage has ever been done with an ASIM ball in this building. It's been symmetric.
Tanya's making a ball change here.
She had 204 game 1. That's a pretty solid start. Anthony Dodge, 224.
Tanya with a ball change.
Webb Pearl. Oh! If they fall like that, what's it matter what you throw? If it falls like that, what's it matter what you throw?
That's one thing I do like about streaming these tournaments. We do kind of have like an open door policy here in the booth that bowlers will come up and ask for advice from time to time.
I remember a couple years ago, I came up in between frames and was chatting with you.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
A great piece of bowling history came out of that tournament.
That's true.
King
That's true.
Fest.
Yeah, you were bowling bad.
And then I started chatting to you and made another one of them runs right through here
Yeah,
that
right
we were
through
talking
here.
about.
Yeah.
Not bowling good, and I think I popped off like 100 over the last 2 to get there.
Let's see how we're looking on the tweets here.
Not gonna lie, I like it a lot better when I do like I did today. Just go out and go, quick 150 over, and then just go ahead and add on to it instead of
Yep.
having to bowl that 100 over at the end to sneak in. Is that Tom Clark?
With the hat on?
Yeah.
That's funny. I thought it was Payne Stewart.
Could be. Looks a little bit like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, a little bit. ID.
Throws a little bit like Jason Belmonte.
Yeah. Get me a Guinness.
That frame. Trip it. All right. Rooting for Andy.
Are you?
Yeah, I want Andy to make it to tomorrow because then he'll wear a different color. And he's got to change his shoelaces out so I can match his outfit for tomorrow. I really want to see him tomorrow. Had a little bit of a rough start there. 165 game one. Looks like Rosie just put a score sheet over there. Is that A squad game one already? That'd be really quick, man. They're only in the third frame.
I don't know. Is Brad Miller bowling? No. That's old. That is.
Oh, that
what
push.
the heck is that?
Must be some storms coming through here. Look back
Yeah,
up here.
they've been saying that in the chat a little bit.
The direct TV's out back here, so I can't see the Hawkeyes losing. Oh, no, Andy must have been looking at an old sheet because Rosie's just now coming through to get the scores.
I had a question about the oil pattern graph. I'm going to put it up on the screen as soon as Tanya throws at this 3-6-10. There is your lane pattern. If you want to screenshot this, take a picture of it. Once again, it is 43 feet in length, 31.14 mils, 2.14 to 1 ratio.
Good pitch, Andy. Mike, you don't even read them up. Look through there real quick. How many ladies are going in this squad? There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 right here.
Tanya, Sydney, Abby, Jamie, Shelly,
6,
Candace,
7. Linda. Keeler's born.
Linda's next.
Is 8.
Yep, that's it.
So the 5 already. 13 ladies bowling.
Make it a PWBA regional at that rate.
Yeah. If so, at least 4 ladies will be cashing this year. I personally think Tanya switched to way too shiny a ball this early in the tournament.
Yeah, probably. She needs a solid symmetrical in her hand.
Yeah, so I, you know, the our new GB3, it comes with a little bit of shine on it. I'm not gonna say I hit it with 1,000, but I took 1,000 pad and put it in my hand and then put the ball on top of the 1,000 pad and just spun it. Just a little bit, just to get some of that polish off. Just because I thought during the practice session I needed to hook just a touch sooner, but I didn't really want to scuff it.
Yeah.
That seemed to do the trick. It shined back up by the end of the block, and you know, as I was coming along, this young man, great youth bowler. We have the GISBTs as a youth scholarship tournament here, and he won several. Matter of fact, I'll find out just how many. Yeah. Okay, so I said 20, but I was a little off. It's 9. 9-time Greater Iowa.
9 times.
Yeah. Just graduated from St. Ambrose last year.
I think I bowled 2 of those when I was a youth.
You know what we need to do? I know Big Red's not here, and he'll be hugely disappointed. But we need to find somebody. We got to set up a match. Mike Flanagan against who with house balls? I got to find somebody.
Not tonight.
No?
No, not tonight. Too much to do. I got other stuff I got to do. I got regular work I still got to do when I'm done with
Real
this.
work, yeah. Right.
Regular work, yeah.
You don't work.
Yeah.
No.
Regular work.
No. I don't buy it. I think all you do is sit around and look pretty.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Tanya. Trip it. There we go. Andy Mills has got his last game beat in the 6th frame already. Ah, good run. Come on, Anthony, run that down. Like giving a little ball repping going on here.
Yeah, we neither one of us like that web pearl in her hand.
Yeah, just too shiny this quick.
She said she had a red paradox, and red paradox isn't a big stand-up ASIM. It's more of a benchmark ASIM.
Yeah.
Steve Keeler led the squad using it.
Did he?
Yeah.
I shot 800 with mine Tuesday night in the league and didn't even throw it today.
Yeah, that's why I think this might be better. I hope she does something good with it. I hate giving advice and looking like an idiot.
It's always your fault.
I know. It'd be great if she goes sheet, and I can send her an invoice. Come on, hit one time. Oh,
a little too much.
That was almost the same shot as the web pearl. Remember that?
Yeah, but that one struck. Maybe she should go back to that one.
I know. Although I think that the web pearl, when she misses left to right and it won't recover, this one will.
Yeah.
We'll see. Just trying to help her out a little bit. So there's so many bowling ball choices in the EBI family. Like she kills it with that black chaos. She doesn't even have one with her.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to think about that.
We do have some great product.
Wide variety.
Almost too much.
Hey Bruce, how you doing? Hello Ernesto. Somebody wants to know when do you use your web tour? When's the right time for that ball?
That for me, that's a late in the block, or actually threw it Thursday night in the league. I threw it the 3rd game. Unfortunately, I haven't bowled as much this summer as I have in years past. Had a lot going on in life, so we've got some really good new product that I haven't thrown a lot. So I can't really give good feedback on it. But what I have used here in the first couple of weeks of league, be on the lookout for these balls. These are good. That red paradox. It's unbelievable. Like I said, the new GB3. Problem with being able to throw them all is, when you're throwing one real good, you don't want to go away from it to try the other ones. But
one of the things that's worked out really good for Ebonite International is they have more guys involved in the testing now. They're utilizing not only Rich Hansen, who does a great job, but now they've got Matt Gasson and Rob Gottschall more involved with the testing and giving feedback.
A couple slouch bowlers there. I wouldn't take their word for anything.
And Randy Teitloff is, I would say he's being pushed a little bit more at times, Hey, we really need this to fill this gap sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not to say that, Randy in the past wasn't pushed, but when he's able to be given clear direction on this is what we need. We need this between these two.
Yeah.
And then they go to work on it, you know?
You know, you work closely with the guys in the plant. What would you say is our best late in the block day, what I'm going to call it skid flip, when you got to get over, you know, and you're almost loft in the left gutter and you need that ball that goes through the front but then reads the friction and changes direction the quickest in the back?
Well, I don't want to give too much. Oh, hook, please hook, please hook. Oh my gosh, I didn't think it was going to hook.
No.
The web pearl wouldn't have hooked.
No. The web pearl would still be going right.
Somebody said that the Chaos Black, it came out shiny.
Okay.
And when's the last time, besides the Eruption Pro Blue, in any of the brands, have you seen a shiny, solid ball come out?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Jet Black Taboo, back in the day,
Okay.
was also polished.
Okay.
When they tested that Chaos Black, they wanted it to be polished because it was the most change of direction skid flip late in the block that they've seen out of a ball.
Okay.
So that's why it came polished, because of that combination.
Well, maybe I'll have to go home and put the polish back on mine.
Yep. Yep. That one. That's the one. And then Savage Life is pretty good.
Okay. What do you think about the heats?
Steve Hoskins said that the Heat Lava is as close to the old Triton Elite of anything he's thrown modern day.
I just bowled a tournament Sunday down in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. I know about that
where
one.
we bowled 4 team games, 5-man team, bowled 4 games, and then we bowled 27 Baker games. And that sounds like re-oil, but it didn't happen. So we did all that on one oil. And my team that I bowled with, Jeremy Hunt, David Rosenberg, John Brown, and Eddie Bird. I don't know. There's a little joke about a couple people they called before they called. Jeremy Hunt says he tried a couple of deceased people before he called me. They didn't answer the phone, so he went ahead and called me. That's how far down the list he got before he called me on Friday night. But we did all that with no re-oil. In the stepladder match, and at the end of the day, I was throwing a lot of heat. I was standing on 50, looking at 37, and could still get that ball to hit. Oh, nasty. So I think that's one of our better ones.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Jordan Richard loves that ball.
Yeah. She hook it?
Yeah.
Can she hook it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's pretty good.
On the tours, most people want balls that control off the end of the pattern.
Yeah, most times you don't bowl 14 hours on one oil.
Right.
To need something to get there. And I've never been to a ladies' event in person. Mike, do they ever have to get where the guys have to get?
No.
And get that kind of crazy shape that the guys are trying to make?
No, just sometimes they have to play fallback a little bit. Shannon O'Keefe, obviously back-to-back player of the years. We talk about her ball progression. She's got 2 arsenals. She's got one arsenal that is the GB line, the Triton Elite. She also likes I'm trying to think of the other ones in there. Then she's got one that's like Rodman Pearl, Kinetic Amethyst. That's like her second group. Please strike. Well, she hasn't been able to strike one time with that. That one was just inside a target.
Yeah.
Does it look like to me that she's playing the left lane way more inside than the right lane?
To be honest with you, Mike, I really haven't been paying that much attention.
I don't know if it's an optical illusion or not, but it's like she's crossed between 16 or 17 on the left lane. I feel like she's out more like 12 on the right lane.
Rodman Pearl, there's another one that I should probably get another one of those. I love that ball in 16, but here, a while ago I switched back to 15 and I didn't replace them all, and that's a lot of people have done a lot of that. Ball's won a lot, hadn't it? Didn't like 3 or 4 women win with that ball, and Andrew Anderson won an event with that ball.
Josie Barnes and Andrew Anderson won a couple of events with those balls.
Got a resurgence out in the car that I did not bring in today that I think will be coming in tomorrow. They normally, as we say, the more they oil them, the more that they flatter and flatter and flatter they get. That ball's a nice smooth arc. I think that might come into play tomorrow.
When did you guys shoot your first 300 is a question in the chat?
My first 300 didn't come till 1995. I bowled my very first 300. It was about 3 a.m. in the morning. I grew up in a little 10-lane center in Indianola, Iowa. The proprietor back then, Mike Vitrito, who has passed, miss you a lot, Mike, ran what was called the Sponsors Enduro. 20 people, started midnight, bowled all night long. It was 20 games of round-robin match play. And bowl 5, take a little break, bowl 5, take a little break, bowl 5, take a little break. The 11th game of the tournament was my very first 300 game with the blue Piranha. My grandmother was keeping score. That was what was really cool. That's how long ago it was. You actually had, people don't know, you actually had to keep your own score. The machines didn't always do it for you.
Well, I'm gonna one up you here.
Okay.
This question is very interesting because I would have lost a lot of money if there was a bet on this. I was a bowling center rat as a youth bowler. I started bowling at 11 and a half. I bowled probably 1,500 games a year. Poor Tanya, she just can't get the ball to work.
Yeah.
So I joined 3 leagues in the summertime when I was 13 years old. Adult youth league with my dad, Saturday youth league, and then this Thursday after school league thing. But in the summertime, it wasn't really after school. And I drilled up a Steel Rhino Pro. It was my first ever resin ball.
Very nice.
And I was bowling in the afternoon league. And I bowled 147. And then I got halfway through the second game where I ended up shooting 157. But at the end of the game, my guy told me, the mechanic told me, hey, keep your trail leg down. You're popping out of every shot. Keep your trail leg down. So I'm 13 years old. It's in June of 1992.
You pulled 300 before I did.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm 13 years old, And I mean, I packed the first 9 with my slow ball speed and my medium rev rate. And Tom, I kid you not, I go up in the 10th frame and I go 10 back, Brooklyn for a strike, and then I went up on the last shot and flushed it for 300, man, when I was 13 years old.
Awesome.
So I believe it was 617 was my total.
Very nice.
No, 604. Yeah, 604 I bowled.
Wow, that pair's got to be rough. Well, I don't know. Somebody just bowled 230 on it. Chris Pearson, who has won this event, just bowled 143 on 5 and 6. Andy Mills, who we all know his talent, 11th frame champion, he bowled 165 on that pair. Wow.
As we get ready to move into game number 3, I figure I'll bring it into the booth. Mike and Tom here with you.
Hey, you get to look at me for a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, I will say this. I may have bowled 300 before you bowled one by, 3 years, actually. But you're about 10 years older than me, and you got more hair than I do.
Yeah?
So I think I would make the trade. I think I'd rather have your hair.
Okay.
Okay, and you can have my earlier 300.
Nah, I got enough of them now. I don't need one more. What's funny, there's a kid who used to, we're friends, but we were rivals, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? We always wanted to be the best bowler, and he bowled 300 before I did. And so he told me he's a better bowler than me because he bowled 300 before I did. I'm not exaggerating. I bet I had 75 279 games before I finally bowled 300.
Sure. Yeah, I never had the front 9 when I bowled 300. It's just matched up.
And then shortly after that, I threw back-to-back 300s in a Greater Iowa. And now I'm up to, I don't know, I quit counting. It's got to be 150, 60, 80, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I only have 11.
I suppose when you only got that many, you're going to remember them all.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
Kind of like PBA titles. When you only got one,
true.
you can remember them all.
That's true. I'll head back out to the lanes here.
I shot Boog.
I will also tell you this. Had to figure out where this is. Have you ever blown 800?
Yeah.
Had it in the bag going into the last game and just completely screwed it up.
Yeah.
What's your best story with that?
710. 710. Cost me 800. Or do you mean missed a spare?
No, okay, I'll just tell you my story and then you'll see where I'm going.
Okay.
Okay, I bowled 289, 299, and didn't shoot 800.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know a guy with back-to-back 300s that didn't shoot 800. But he did it the other way. Shot 171 and then went 300 for 771.
That doesn't count. I was a strike and spare bowling my first ever adult league in St. Louis.
Wasn't that strike and strike?
Yeah, it was. And it was a second shift league, and I was throwing a track champ. Remember that light blue thing?
With the big boxing glove on the side of it?
Yep, and they were hooking, right? So, they were just walled. They were dead walled. I had the world, man. 289, 299, and the lanes just completely blew up. Just, after 5-6 games of league or whatever, boom. 178.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oh, gosh. It was brutal. I was so embarrassed. This is back when I used to be able to bowl good.
Yeah, that's another one. I'm sure I've done that. Probably multiple times. But
my first 800, 247, 257, 300. And didn't even realize I shot 800.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, man.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Shoot 3 bills the last game, not even knowing that you need it for 8. It was in one of those tournaments where they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. One of my favorite 800 stories is this was, what year did they start the exempt tour? Was it 2003 that they bowled to start the exempt tour in 2004? I don't
remember
the
the
years.
years.
Irrelevant.
You're close.
The,
You're close.
The year's irrelevant. So that year I bowled the first 2 stops while working. So the first 2 were in Omaha and Kansas City, and with me living in Des Moines, I went over and bowled the PTQ in Omaha. Made the tournament, drove back, worked the rest of the afternoon, skipped the practice session, asked for B squad, worked Wednesday morning, drove back over, bowled Wednesday night, made the cut, stayed bowled match play. I think I finished 18th in that event. Same thing, second week down in Kansas City. Drive down to bowl the PTQ. 57 guys showed up for 57 spots.
Okay.
So everybody's into the tournament. So practiced for about a half hour. Drove home, worked. Asked Kirk, hey, can I get B squad? I'm going to work. Worked, drove down, bowled B squad, made the cut. In Kansas City, I missed the cut by 2 pins. There's a whole lot more to go to that story, but we're talking about 800s here. So later in the season, I'm bowling in the Tuesday night league at AMF Des Moines. Go 255, 277, 299. Bunch of guys like, Tom, why are you not on tour? You're good. You need to be out on tour. I said, well, they're down at St. Clair Shore. They're at Miniman's place.
St. Clair.
St. Clair Bowl. Yeah. Tournament starts tomorrow. You guys pony up $500. I'll go. I'm thinking, no chance this is going to happen.
Right.
This guy's, okay, here's $500. Go bowl.
Wow.
I call Kirk. It's about 9:15. We just got him with the lake. Hey, Kirk, I'd like to enter tomorrow. I see, by this time of the year, it's late enough in the season that the PTQs have kind of gone to the wayside. There's no PTQs.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to come down and bowl. Can I get B squad? No. You want to bowl? You got to bowl A squad. It's about 5.5 hours, 6 hours down to St. Louis.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
And it's 9:15. Hop in the car, drive down, stay at the Sleep Inn. There's a Sleep Inn, I believe it's exit 12.
Yeah.
Right there off 64. Go bowl, and I 2-pin the 11th ball of A squad to be the bubble boy.
Oh, wow.
So I get to watch to not make it. But that's how young and dumb I was back then. I left Des Moines, I left the bowling center, drove home, got my clothes, drove to St. Louis. Got there at a time to take about a 2.5-hour nap, got up and went and bowled. I've done some pretty crazy things in this.
That's wild.
I used to be one of them guys that would, hey, have balls will travel. Let's go. We've done some crazy ones.
Over here on 7 and 8, Tom, we got Jalen Mosley.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think he's in college now over at Midland. No, he's from Indianapolis.
Yep.
I think isn't he the youngest person to ever make match play at the Masters?
I think so,
At 16 years old, that young man made the match play at the Masters.
Christopher Yadeau, Scott Merritt, and Brandon Maraca. And then over on 9 and 10, we've got Austin Bull, Jerry Mars, David Kroll, and Brandon Mooney coming in for this third game. You have a story of when you encountered or saw somebody bowl and just said, wow, this guy's like, just somebody really impress you, male or female? You ever have a time where you saw somebody bowl in person and just thought, geez, I'm in trouble?
That happens all the time. But somebody posted a thread about that on Facebook the other day. And I was really thinking, and not really. I mean, when I was growing up in Indianola, there's a gentleman by the name of Dan Newell who if he could have had some other demons stay out of his way, he would have been phenomenal. I was telling you about the sponsors Enduro, and he bowled that before I was old enough to bowl it. That was a tournament that started when my dad was bowling. We used to go. Sean Riley, who's here. Sean and I. Sean was the best man at my wedding, and we used to go keep score for that, and just looked up to the people. And Dan Newell, back in the 80s, with a caramel white dot, averaged like 240 for the 20 games, and he was just so smooth. So he was one of the local ones that I looked up to early, and then of course watching on AB Sports all those Saturdays, I wanted to be Mark Roth, man. Pete Weber. Those are my two guys. How awesome to get to know Pete and become, I would call Pete my friend. And yeah.
For me, there were a couple instances that came across in my timeline. But give me a second on that.
I wonder if all these young kids over here bowl at Midland, if they all came over together. I think Jalen's in school, or if he's just committed to Midland. I don't know. Do you know, Mike?
I'm not much on the up and up on the college scene, man. It's an area that I really wish I had a correspondent that I could check in on. And
I can get you the women's side most of the time if you want. How much does that job pay?
Yeah, I think it's negative dollars.
Oh. So wait, so I can pay you to report what's going on at college bowling?
Yeah.
Where do I sign up?
Yep, I can get you in.
Okay. Do we need a contract for that?
Quite possibly.
Can you work up the legal work on that?
Record. Let's see if we come back, everybody. We hang out here for a minute. Sorry about that, everybody. Completely out of our control. Let us know in the chat if our stream is back.
Hi, Mama Ya. How are you?
Let us know if we can hear you okay. All right, good. Thank you. Sean says, can you guys help me? I tried to save a file in a SolidWorks, but it says file not found, and now I can't save my work. I would Google it or go to YouTube and type in need to find file in SolidWorks. How about that? That's what I would do. Okay, good. We're back. Internet completely went down for whatever reason, but now we're back. So we were talking about when there was a moment that someone wowed you in bowling, and I had a couple of instances that, for me, that kind of wowed me. So one of them was, I was kind of wowed by this style on television because of how just all over the place like a sprinkler it was, but it worked for like a small period of time. Bob Vespi. When Bob Vespi bowled on TV, this guy with this gold chain, double jointed, weird release, was interesting to me. So Vespi was one. Somebody made what, 710 or something?
5 spare. So I don't know what 5 it was, but front 5 spare.
See if the internet comes back.
Oh, did we lose it again?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shit.
See what happens here.
We got a gem of a webcast going here.
I know.
They can't get the internet to stay on.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, how many times a year can you get Mike Flanagan and Tom Hess into a booth?
I know. It happened in St. Clair this year, too, for a little bit. Brian O'Keefe was in the booth. Okay.
Much more interesting person than me.
I wasn't in the booth at the time. It was Brad Miller, Lee Bedoris, and Brian O'Keefe.
Oh. Okay. That's a close second to us. We got to be we got to be better than that.
Okay, so Vespi was one of the guys. The other thing that happened was I went and bowled a Junior World Team Challenge out in Reno. And I showed up to bowl this thing, and there was this dude bowling. And I was like 16 years old, and this guy was bowling. A guy by the name of Pharaoh Williams.
Yeah?
And Pharaoh could do things with a bowling ball that I could not even fathom. And they had twister pins in the stadium, and he just threw these things everywhere. So that was another one. And then the third one that really impressed me was a guy by the name of Art Brown, lefty.
Yeah, I know
Had a really smooth style.
Yeah.
And I was actually pretty good friends with Art. But those three styles in particular kind of got me. And then if I had to give a fourth, the first time I saw Kelly Kaufman make a telecast, what he was doing with a green Nitro R was pretty incredible.
Yeah. So somebody like Jesper and Osku and Belmo, that doesn't impress you?
I think because the power game, once Tommy Jones came onto the scene, everybody was the same to me. They all generated all this rev rate that it really didn't. At that point in time, it was just more of the same.
Yeah, about Simo. Hooking it both ways. Isn't that just sick?
Yeah, that's interesting.
How the hell are you going to beat that?
That is interesting.
When those, and they're going to, I mean, Simo's already won a tournament throwing a backup ball. And what's even more impressive is that he didn't, oh shit, we're down again.
Yeah, it keeps going down, but that's just going to keep happening for probably the next 20 to 30 minutes.
But he beat Sanders. He beat lefty throwing a backup ball. That's impressive.
Matt hasn't been the same since.
I mean, beating a right-hander throwing a backup ball, however impressive, is still not. And Matt's not a bad bowler.
No, no. Rookie of the year.
Are you taping this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be careful what I say then. And we're back. Or are we back? Your body language is just went to shit. To do all this work to have that happen.
Yeah, over and over again, all day long. Let's see, we got some interesting chat here. Let's see. First regional I bowled in Peoria. Steve Jaros, Eugene McCune, and Brian Kretzer all bowling practice together. I'm struggling to work out a shot. They just didn't miss. It really amazed me.
Yeah, those guys are pretty good.
Yes, they are.
That's the other interesting thing. We talk about the challenges of our sport. If we bowled on Cheetah every week, you think Eugene McCune would be the best bowler in the world?
Could be. Here's the question. Who would be the best bowler on tour if it was a house shot every week? Because there are many, many bowlers on tour that cannot crack an egg on a house shot.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Remember when the PBA did the Ultimate Scoring Championship?
Yeah.
And it took like 210?
Yeah. You want to baffle a pro bowler? If anybody was like, oh, I'll bowl Don Barrett for 1,000 a game. What pattern you want? House shot.
Yep.
Dom, nice 613. Who would be the best? Who is the most versatile bowler on tour? Because the most versatile bowler on tour should be able to destroy a house shot. That's part of the versatility, right?
Okay, I'm not knocking Norm in any sense here, but I think if you did something like that, it'd be Norm.
Probably, yeah, because he just grabbed something that
'Cause
just
he
kind of floated.
He'd just get right up against it.
Oh, yeah.
And just
no,
butter it all day long.
yeah.
You know.
What if there was a tournament where you bowled, 20 games on U.S. Open and 20 games on house? Who would win?
How about this? Give every bowler a lane and let them put down what they want to bowl on and then bowl.
Yeah, that's true. Norm or Walter Ray would kill everyone. Can I get some advice? I have a tournament coming next Saturday. I'm not sure how to tackle the short pattern. I was thinking about throwing the Jackal Rising or Storm Ice. Short pattern.
Short pattern. There's
depends on how short it is and how you bowl. Urethane pops into mind.
Yeah, you know what I like to do, what I've done on short patterns is stronger, slow response balls. Get the ball to bleed energy and roll off of it more than change direction. It's so tough. I try to help out people as much as they can, but when they message you on Facebook or they, hey, what do you think about this ball? How should I drill this ball? Well, I've never seen you throw a ball. How can I give you a bet? This just popped in my guy sent me a message, wanted to know if I could help him. Says, I throw the ball just like Chris Barnes.
Oh, yeah.
I said, well, if you send me a video, I can help you. Guy sent me a video of Chris Barnes.
Yeah. So anyway, try urethane.
Try slow response balls. Balls that take longer to change direction.
The ultimate scoring challenge should have been done on Taylor Lane's house shot, not something the PBA made up if they wanted to see scores.
Yeah. Take it down to St. Louis.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Mike has left the building. Where he's going, I don't know, but he left me in control. Yeah, Anthony, Pete would win. Pete would do anything on anything. My humble opinion, best to ever put his hand in a bowling ball is Pete Weber. What's she at?
Sorry, Mike. That's all right.
You gotta keep her angle.
Yeah, sometimes it can get a little annoying. All right, who knows about the internet here? Seems to be working now. Who knows?
scores in front of us. David Kroll after 3 will be at 6:34. Looks like Jerry Mars will be at 6:10. Ronnie Fajita's got a good one going. He's at got a possibility here to be 70 over.
Is he steak or chicken? Did you just call him Ronnie Fajita?
Did I say fajita? Fujita?
Maybe not, but that's what I heard. I don't know if that's what you said or not, but that's all I heard was fajita. Ronnie Fajita.
I'm not a pro.
Steak and chicken. Steak and chicken. No, I think it's great. I want fajitas now. Somebody live in the area?
How do you pronounce it? Is it Fujita?
I think it's Fujita, yeah.
Okay.
I think a Fuji film and then add a Ita at the end of it.
Fuji?
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Fajita. Did I call him fajita?
I think you did. I don't know. Chicken fajita pita. I remember that? They had those at Jack in the Box.
I'll tell you what. If he strikes
Yeah.
like he did when I called him fajita on that shot,
yeah.
every time, he
Yeah.
won't care.
No, I don't think he'll care either way. That was just funny.
Did I really say fajita?
I don't know. Somebody rewind it back and check and see if he said fajita. Tell us.
If I did, I didn't mean it.
Ronnie Fajita.
God, that's probably what I said. Oh, boy. Sorry, I got to check out here for a little bit.
Okay.
Hawkeyes 18, Cyclones 17, minute 45 to go in the game, and it looks like Iowa State's got the ball.
Finishing up game number 3 here.
Third and 7. Oh, Iowa's got the ball. Third and 7, minute 45.
Play action. Throws it to the tight end, I'm guessing.
Yep. Stopped him.
I'm going to go ahead and officially switch this over to game number 4. They're finishing up game 3 here on 7 and 8. I'm going to move it over to game 4 here.
Ronnie F. with a nice 250 game going here. Is that back-to-back false starts? Sure is. Not if they keep going.
Not if they keep backing up 10 yards before they punt. Well, this guy can quit. Back-to-back full starts. Oh! The Iowa State guy ran into his own guy to miss the ball.
Got the Battle of Iowa's here. It's a big deal here in the state of Iowa.
Watch this.
His own guy hit him.
Wow, that was about a bonehead play there.
Wow. What a way for a Hawk to. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That might be the weirdest ending to a football game. Well, it wasn't the end, but, you know, with 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Bonehead move.
A Cyclone player ran into another Cyclone player while trying to catch a punt.
Looks like we have Drake Basie, Garrett Haley, Jacob Frazier, Mason Sturkle, Gabe Bartlett, Nathan Wright, Linda Keeler, and Lance Rockwell coming into our 4 lanes here. Game number 4. Pretty good scores next door on 11 and 12 last game. 257, 226, 186, 198. A couple of good games over there at least.
Yeah, I think the 220 was Chris Pearson, I think.
Okay. It's 9:06. They'll finish this game 4 about 9:30. 3 games after that. Be about 11. They've been tweeting out the scores, but I've been informed that they're a little all over the place. So if you go over to Inside Bowling's Twitter feed, you should be able to make some heads or tails out of this. Let's see. Ebonite Fall Classic A and B combined squad standings after 1. So let's see. I don't know why it says after 1. C squad standings after 1. C squad standings. That's because our internet's been going down, is why some of these are being posted twice. So let me go in and delete this one. And let's see, Fall Classic B squad. Let me see. A and B squad. C squad after 1. A and B combined. B squad standings after 7 looks okay. Then we've got an A and B combined. Then we've got C squad standings after 1. So we don't need this second one of these. We've already got that out.
Boy, Michael, I just got tired all of a sudden. Suppose that's what it'll being a senior citizen and only getting 5 hours sleep the last night. About 4 the night before that.
Let's see, on this squad, after 1 game, Donovan Thomas is leading, pulled 256, David Kroll 246, Chad Nelson 237, Ronnie Fujita 232, Jerry Mars 227. So that was after game 1. That's out on Twitter. We're in game 4 now, so a game 2 and a game 2 should be coming out. I'm going to go check on that.
Here's a game 2. While Mike's going to check on that and see what's going on line, I've got after game 2, leading this squad, Paul Bover at plus 60, Billy Hibbert in second at 59, Jacob Frazier and David Kroll tied for 3rd and 4th at 44 over, Andy Shutt running out 5th at plus 42, Donovan Thomas 39, Dan Carpenter 29, Chad Nelson 29, Nick Krummel 29. 10th place on this squad, Anthony Dodge at 26 over. And after 2 games, there are 25 people plus on C squad.
Yeah, we just tweeted out after 2.
I just went over them here. I've got a sheet.
Cool.
So gave top 10, and then 25 people on this squad are plus.
25 are?
Yeah.
All right, check back in on the chat. Looks like the internet's still working, knock on wood. Let's see. We have got some people going back and forth about a few things. Let's see.
There's one person asking if that if Chad and Nick and Brady, they're down at the high end of the building now. They started just right of the live streaming pairs. So I'm gonna where are they at right now? You can see them. They're already down here. Yeah, they are on 1 and 2 right now. So they're gonna skip. They're gonna go to 5 and 6, and then they're gonna skip to 11 and 12. I think they're gonna be right in the middle of all the live stream pairs. If I've got my figuring right, I don't think that they will ever be on a live stream pair.
Okay, everybody, I saw that there was some weird banter in the chat. I just got rid of a person, and let's just try to clean it up a little bit.
Sean, how are you? Just doing my yearly hanging out in the booth with Flanagan thing. Suppose I do it every year if it means that I get to bowl on Sunday.
That's
so I'm
right.
sitting here talking with Mike all night Saturday.
Yeah, I like it when you're the top seed, because then you'll sit in the booth the whole time. Leading up. Yeah, we got 10 versus 7 and 8 versus 9, and then the winners come in from there. And
Yeah, I might chat on some matches tomorrow if I can hold on to this spot. Still a lot of bowling left, only halfway done. Yeah, one game past halfway. We bowl 6 more tomorrow. Everybody's shooting to be in the top 10. Nice little interesting format that we use here tomorrow. Top 4 after 13 games will be seated right directly into the stepladder. And then it's a modified format from there with 7 bowling 10, 8 bowling 9. Winners moving on to bowl 6 and 7. Those 2 winners bowl each other. Or excuse me, winners move on to bowl 5 and 6. Winners of those 2 matches bowl each other to basically be the 5th seed into stepladder.
Wanted to know what the shot is for this. I just put the oil pattern up on the screen. I've been talking about it most of the weekend if you're just joining us. 43 feet in length, 31.14 milliliters of oil, 2.14 to 1 ratio, very flat. Screenshot that real quick, and then you can have it for your reference. If not, you can go back in on the DVR here and get it. Also had a question, where can you find the standings? Go to Inside Bowling on Twitter, twitter.com/Inside Bowling. If you don't follow us on Twitter, make sure you do. Make sure you also follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. Give us a like. And then also, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate that very much. We're also running a merch sale over on our website, 20% off with coupon code LIVE. LIVE is the coupon code to save 20%. And if you're watching an archive broadcast, you can always type in YouTube to save 15%. Also, let's go over the sponsors of the event. We want to thank Ebonite for their sponsorship, the title sponsor of the event. Makers of the Choice, Futura, Game Breaker 3, Destiny Line, Maxims, all the way top to bottom. They've got something for everybody. The Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Logo Infusion. You can save 20% at Logo Infusion with coupon code GIBA19, GIBA19 all year long. USA Mortgage, Kingpin Bar and Grill, Budweiser and Bud Light, and Hampton Inn. I wonder how Tanya's bowling.
After 2, she's minus 30. I don't think I can see. Nope, can't. She's down there a ways now. She's down on 23 and 24, I think.
Okay, here's a good question in the chat. This is one we can all talk about. Favorite bowling ball of all time?
Ooh. Uh-oh. Is this about to become a Three Stooge booth?
I'm going to make him get in here. I want him to get in on this one.
Mr. Keeler?
Yeah, he has no idea.
He has no idea yet.
No, he has no idea he's coming in the booth.
Awesome.
Make sure all that's good to go.
Favorite bowling ball of all time?
There you go, Steve. You're going to join us. Check one, Steve, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Steve Keeler led B squad, and Tom Hess is in the booth, led A squad, so this is pretty perfect. Just got to adjust some levels here real quick.
Who's going to lead C squad? Go get him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Tanya, but okay. Okay, so we're just debating. It's getting late at night, so we just talk about whatever we want here. But in the chat, they asked favorite bowling ball of all time. And I thought, Steve, you're a bowling ball historian. You've known some good ones over the years. You know when they came out, all different brands. You've been on different ball companies, things like that.
Yeah.
Steve, start us out. Name a ball that you think is one of the greatest bowling balls of all time and why.
When I was younger, I thought the Sapphire Zone, when it came out, was one of the best ones of all time.
The blue one?
Yes.
And what was it about that ball at the time that just blew you away?
It's shaped on everything, back before I even knew what that meant yet. But, right?
Yep.
I was fond of that one. The original Gold Rhino Pro, when it first came out.
Okay.
Those were great. If we're going to get more recent, I think that GB3 from Ebonite is really good on everything. Right, Tom?
Yeah, all of them.
All right, so I'm going to stop you there. That's a
Okay.
good start. That's a good start. We'll come back to you in just a minute, Steve
Okay.
Keeler. Tom Hess, a ball or two over time that's one of your favorite bowling balls of all time.
Well, what ball would you think that I would think is the best bowling ball?
Virtual
of all time?
gravity.
Nano.
Oh, yeah, the Nano. It was
Virtual
the Nano.
gravity
Yeah.
Nano. Might not have been the best ball of all time, but it was the best ball that week.
Certainly was.
And then, how can you argue with the high road? In
Yep.
in this day and age of ball sales, with it's pump me out a new one every couple of months. One that's been in the line for 10 years. Pretty good one. Had some good success with that. I've done all kinds of good things with the GB3s. Those are, pick one. The original Game Breaker. The virtual gravity. How about the Inferno series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give.
Big four maker.
Wow.
Russ Oviatt.
All the way from South Dakota.
Drove all the way from South Dakota to make a big four.
Well, what do you do in South Dakota? We pick up the big four. Spend a lot of time doing nothing and picking up the big four.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a bowling ball.
Okay.
The blue Aftershock. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to tell you the blue Aftershock, okay? I saw bowling balls flare, and then I saw the blue Aftershock. Marianne DeRupo came to my bowling center and did this demonstration with this ball. And they had test balls and stuff we could use. And I didn't have a lot of revs on the ball back in the day. Steve will tell you that, okay? I had this blue Aftershock, and it flared 8 inches.
Wow.
8 inches. So that ball blew me away. I'm just gonna name balls throughout time. I'm gonna start with the blue Aftershock, ceramic core, Columbia 300, blue Aftershock. I never have seen a ball flare that much up until that point. Now all kinds of balls flare like that, but at the time, it was ridiculous. Steve, give us another ball.
Well, when it came out and how much it flared, it was even called that in the track flare. That thing, wasn't that even more than 8 inches?
I think so. Yeah, the flare. That brown-looking thing.
Yeah.
Don Helling, I think, won a senior tours top on TV throwing the flare. Had the flare polo shirt to match. That was when they were about to get rid of doing those polo shirts. I'd like to see that get brought back, by the way, to where you just wear a polo shirt with the ball logo on it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. All right, Tom Hess, give us another ball.
Well, without a doubt, the ball that revolutionized the game is the Excalibur.
Yep, and that was brought up in the chat, the Excalibur. We've got a Fire Quantum vote here in the chat.
Yeah.
There was something different about that ball,
Yeah.
The Helix.
besides how much it cost. Yellow Dot was mentioned here.
Black Angle. Black Hammer. The originals,
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna give you another ball here.
Quake.
No, not the
No,
Quake.
not the Quake.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. Man. I'm gonna go Teal Rhino Pro. When that Teal Rhino Pro came out,
Yeah.
that ball dominated on tour for about 8 to 9 months. Teal Rhino Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good.
Everybody was throwing it every week.
Yep.
This kid just left this kid that just made the Big Four, just left the 6'10", and might have made the Big Four again.
Steve, you got another ball for us?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, Tom.
Oh man, I've named a couple. I'm not a remember bowling ball, guys. I'm just give me another new one kind of guy.
Okay. What do you got?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember them. I got to have another new one.
There was that danger zone.
Oh,
The
The
that
first
danger
danger
zone?
zone.
it looked like Parker Bone kicked that ball off the break point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hung it off the gutter. It just kicked itself right. Okay, so I got 2 balls to talk about here.
Ninja and Sumo.
No, those were cool too. Those AMF and those commercials were good to go with them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, I want to know if this is true or not. In the modern resin ball era, was the 3D offset the first ball to have a PSA/mass bias marking on it? It had the hot spot.
I think so.
No, because I think Ebonite had it first with that acrylium thing.
The Omega line, or the
yeah,
Omega.
the Omegas.
The Omegas.
We didn't know what it meant yet, but
Well, what about
it had it.
did the Phantom have it? Did the Phantom have a marking?
There's another good ball.
Well, all I know is balls started getting that mass bias marking right around, like every ball all ASIMs started getting that marking around the time of the hot spot on the 3D offset. And then there was another ball that came out that did pretty well during a summer tour, like 2 to 3 month window, that had a big triangle on it, and it was black, called the Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nighthawk had some serious success, and they marketed where to put that triangle. If you put that triangle just right of your thumb, that was for the strong position. If you put it out way kicked out to the right, that was in the hook position. And then if you put it to the left of your thumb, it was called the arc position. And all that still holds true today.
True.
with where you put the mass bias as opposed to your positive axis point and how far away. So when the 3D offset with the hot spot, the ultraviolet 3D offset, and the Nighthawks came out, I thought those were pretty memorable bowling balls at that point in time.
Yeah.
know the link to this right now?
43 feet.
The link.
The link.
Oh, the link.
Yeah, you just go to YouTube, Inside Bowling. Yep. Yep, they want to watch themselves
Link,
bowl or
link.
something.
I'm tired. Told you I'm old. You're
Yep.
making fun of me. I'm leaving.
Dana's right. Dana did kill it with the Nighthawk. Or Brian Voss killed it with the Nighthawk on TV. Got some votes for the
Do you
Piranha
think
series.
he sanded it?
No,
Did he
the
sand
old-
it?
Yeah, the Piranha C was really good.
Which one, the Jade or
First
the
300 ball.
blue, or light blue?
Oh, really?
The light blue one.
The blue one, I thought the blue one was better than the.
Than the Jade Pearl?
Yeah.
What about the Ninja Fury, the Ninja Master?
The ninja.
Those were good balls.
Ninjas,
Bob
the
Learn.
Sumos.
Bob Learn shot about 11
He's still
billion on
striking.
TV with that ball.
No, that was with the RPM swirl, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, RPM swirl. You guys remember when the Bone XS came out and Joe Firpo used it on TV and shot about 120?
Yeah. Shannon Buchan would still throw one of those if he could find one.
The Bone XS. What a
Yeah,
weird name.
You only get a 9-inch pin out.
Yeah. Remember how bad the Am-Force balls were?
Oh,
The Am-Force 1, 2,
2,
3, and 4. Yeah. like, come on.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, they were trying at least,
Yeah.
but man, those were bad. Those
Yeah.
were bad bowling balls. The bull whip was good, but the regular whips were terrible for going down the AMF. And then remember they came out with the Impact. That was terrible. What was the other one? What was the pink one? The Slam. But the MJ Slam was the ceramic core, was a really good ball.
yeah.
We had a vote earlier for the Tidal Wave Wipeout, I believe, in the chat. I had one of those. It had like the mica chips in it. Remember the Storm Second Dimension had the mica chips in it. These
The La Nina. Felt like you were holding a peach.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then Visionary said we're gonna one up you and come out with a Scorcher. Remember that thing? Yeah, that thing was gross to even touch. It felt like it was algae on the ball.
It was furry.
Yeah. Speaking of algae, I used to always draft Algae Crumpler as my tight end in fantasy years and years ago.
Yeah.
It's a funny name. Algae Crumpler.
Kind of like Ronnie Fajita.
Ronnie Fujita, yeah. And I also used to always draft. We are after 7 o'clock at night, so hopefully the children are in bed. But I used to always draft this guy I used to call the STD, Lavernius Coles, because I always felt like if I ever got Lavernius Coles, I'd be in bad shape. Yeah, how you doing, Mike? Oh, I'm not doing too good. Went and saw the doctor. Oh, no, what happened? He told me I have Lavernius Coles. Oh, man.
My goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. You taking medicine? Oh, it's not curable. I've got the Lavernius Coles.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Lavernius Coles. Remember that guy? I think he played for the Redskins and he played for the Jets for a while. Oh, man.
How about Odell Beckham Jr. wearing a $350,000 watch on the?
But he says it's
On the field.
plastic.
Did you guys hear the story behind why all that went down? The people that market that watch, they gave one to an IndyCar driver to wear and basically say it's unbreakable because it could take a whole race shaking in the car. And then some tennis player, the guy that just won, Nadal, he was wearing one, and they're basically saying, a tennis player can use it, it's unbreakable. And then somebody else used it as well, and then they wanted a football player to wear it, so they had Beckham wear it as if it was unbreakable. You get tackled and everything else, and the watch is still going to be able to tell time.
No, I didn't know all that.
Yeah, Dan Patrick show this week educated me on that one. You guys like that Lavernius Coles one?
Yeah, I did.
That was good.
Yeah. Oh, man. Looks like we're getting ready to go into Game 5. Any more bowling? We want to wrap up this bowling ball talk.
Gold angle.
Gold angle, yeah.
That thing was a sponge. Did we go down again?
No, I just updating a graphic. So we go into the next game, game number 5. Steve Keeler's in the booth too right now, everybody. I don't have him on the graphic, but he's in the booth. Steve, what'd you use today?
I threw a Paradox Red and a Track Tactics Hybrid.
That's the purple one, right?
Yep, that's the purple one.
You're on track staff, right?
I am.
So you stayed true to the brand.
I did.
You were a brand guy today. Wore a track jersey.
Yep.
Threw 2 track balls. That's how you do it right there.
It was the magic combination today, that's for sure.
That's a lot funner when you wear the jersey and only throw 1 ball, though.
That is true.
Is that all you only throw one today?
GB3,
The blue-black?
all 6 games.
You guys are both on EBI staffs right now. Steve, you were on Hammer staff many years ago. I think you were also getting some Storm product for a while.
Yep.
Back to EBI now. What do you think of the overall product mix that EBI has, and why are you back with them now?
I think it's a great mix. There's no hole that can't be filled from any one of the 4 lines, which is one of the best things I like. And then shape-wise and reaction down lane, I was liking that more and more. A buddy of mine, Andy Klein, got me back to throwing some EBI balls before I made the full switch, and I was really liking everything I saw. So, one thing led to another. I got contacted from one of the EBI DSMs, and here I am.
And you've been bowling good with it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I see you every once in a while on the track page. Brady posts about your scores or something that you've done, and
Yep.
that's good. Did you bowl any good at Nationals this year?
I had a really good team event. And let's just stop there.
Okay. That sounds good. We can set a stop loss on that.
Yeah.
Oh, if that's allowed, can I stop at the 10th frame of Game 2 of Team?
I had like 660 in team, and we had like 3107 or 3108. So we ended up
Pretty solid score.
51st, I think.
Has either one of you guys drilled the Destiny Solid?
Yes.
I have not yet.
What'd you think of it, Tom?
I drilled mine pin up. I've seen a lot of guys drill it pin up, and I think that for the price point, that's a ton of ball.
Yeah, ball doesn't cost anything.
And I think well, just for me, come on, everybody else got to pay for it.
Right.
No, but in all seriousness, for the price point, that ball's going to be really, really good.
He got me. I didn't
He
even,
did
I
get
didn't,
you
I
on
didn't
that
even get
one.
it. I didn't even get it at first. The ball doesn't cost anything to anybody. Go to your pro shop. It's less than Outback with you and your family.
For mine, for that ball, for me, I think I should have drilled it pin down when I drilled it pin up. But I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of really good things with that ball. And at an entry-level price, I think at the Pro Shop Bowlers Connection, where they drill all my stuff, I believe that's a $139 bowling ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good ball for the price.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, I got to go bowl in Costa Rica, as I've mentioned a couple times on this broadcast, and I'm thinking about just taking 3 of those with me.
I didn't get that invite.
I'm drilling one like negative leverage, positive axis, and I'm thinking about doing one and just drilling at Rico, going down there with those 3 layouts. Figure to give me a little bit of everything, you know, keep them all the same surface out of the box, don't change any of the surfaces whatsoever. Maybe throw a little backup ball at my 10 pins.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to shoot about 2,300 for 9. I'll be good to go.
Go get them.
Yeah. Hey, that's leaving 400 pins on the table. Hey, if I, you know, that's a lot of pins to leave on the table. 400.
Can I bet the under?
Yeah, sure can. Sure
How
can.
much are we wagering?
Dave Wadka will take your bet.
Okay.
Dave Wadka will take all bets on that one.
So he thinks you're going to shoot over?
No, I don't. He doesn't even know anything about what I'm talking about right now,
Okay.
but he'll take your bet.
Well, you'll take the bet and he'll cash it.
He'll take care of everything.
You'll book and he'll cash it.
Correct.
Gotcha. I understand where you're going.
No, I'm actually going down there. I'm bowling with Jason Guest, who's on my
Yep.
team, and I'm bowling with Tom Clark, and I'm bowling with Dave Wadka. That's our 4-person team at La Raza.
Wow.
So I gotta practice. I gotta practice a little bit because I want to dust all of them. I want to destroy all of them on the lanes as my teammates. I know we're teammates first, but more interested in just beating them individually. And then I will retire officially forever, and I will walk off and drop the mic, and it'll be like Elway when he won his last Super Bowl, and I'll just walk right out of La Raza with my big trophy. Learn how to speak Spanish a little bit, give some sort of acceptance speech, and get out of there.
Have you bowled since the infamous match?
Not really.
Well, then you should just stop. You shouldn't even go to La Raza
Yeah.
because now you can walk out in the glory
Yeah. Well,
of the house ball match.
probably right. Probably
You're
should cancel.
putting your career online.
Yeah, I know. I should probably cancel it.
You could have just walked out into the sunset with that amazing house ball victory.
We did just do a ball video shoot in St. Louis with Kyle Sherman, and I'm going to be in his vlog. He goes, why don't you throw it? Why don't you see how good this ball is, Mike? See if you can strike with it, and I did.
Nice.
I don't want to give away his vlog, but catching up on the chat here, everybody. We see you guys in here, see you guys bantering about everything. Joe Black says he would rather smoke weed and bowl, get in the zone fast. Okay. All right. There's been a few guys who've done that over the years and had success. Let's see.
How many guys would be left on tour if they drug tested?
I don't know. Let's see. That's funny. We've got 172 people watching. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Big audience.
What else does somebody have a good question, a good topic to throw out here in the chat? We had bowling ball. What else do we have? I guess I could ask Steve the question of the day.
What's
If
that?
you want to get in on this. What if bowling balls had feelings, but they could feel no pain? But what if they actually care, you know, had some sort of caring. So like if you were just born in the factory, poured, ready to go, get into a case box, where would you want to go? Would you want to go out on a tour truck? Would you want to end up on somebody on Pro Shop? Who do you want throwing you down the lane? You know, what would be a satisfying life for you as a bowling ball?
I would hope to end up on a tour truck.
You would.
Yes.
You would.
Why not?
I mean, there's a case to be made for everything. I mean, I can play devil's advocate. I mean, you might be a few balls and done, and thrown in a dumpster.
But I still got to the show. Or
Maybe.
Got to,
Well,
not
if you
necessarily
made the
that-
truck,
I don't mean it that way. I still got to the highest level.
Well, you got on Flow Bowling probably.
Right.
You made it on Flow Bowling.
Right.
For sure.
you know, what if you're one of them balls that makes it to the truck that gets stuck way in the back that never gets drilled? You get to travel all around the country.
Oh yeah.
It's true. Enjoy
You do,
all the
yeah.
sights.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to work.
That's true.
Just get moved from,
But
just juggled around on the trailer.
But Steve, what if you ended up in a bag of a senior bowler, throws it about 12 miles an hour. Oh, there's an insert gone.
Grip outage.
There's a grip.
Yeah, and he's just staring at it. I kind of like the look here. That'd be a good commercial, like a super glue commercial.
Yeah.
You know, like
I guess he's pulling the grips out of it.
if you're using, yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, if you were if you're a ball for a senior bowler, he bowls 3 games a week. So maybe you've got like 6 years of being cherished and loved and
True.
brought in the league. You're not ever gonna like be bouncing pins out of the back. You know, you got more of a kind of a cool, chill life. You know. Maybe.
Always going up 10. Always in
Oh
the same
yeah.
place.
Yeah. Always up 10.
Be easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Typically going down the lane twice. You know.
True.
Unless he's got a spare ball. You know. I don't know. You know, I'll tell you, if there was one bowling ball I would want to be for sure. I mean, if the number one ball to be of all time, if bowling balls had feelings, there is one bowling ball that trumps all of them. All of them.
And that is?
Because of who owns the ball and what he did with the ball.
Okay.
Okay.
Mitch Beasley. That cyborg pearl.
Yeah. Here we go.
Because when I won my first title, I was using the Cyborg Pearl. And Jelomar lets me keep it on the nightstand. When we go to sleep at night, I kiss her goodnight, and then I always kiss the Cyborg Pearl goodnight afterwards. And now my second ball I added to put next to the Cyborg Pearl is the Tactics that I won my Eagle with this year in singles. Well, was bowling singles and shot 240, 220, moved about 75 left, started lofting it a little bit, 270 the last game, and I won singles. That would be I would want to be that Cyborg Pearl on the nightstand at the Beasleys.
Yeah.
At the Beasleys. Hanging out in Tennessee. Well, Michael, I hate to do this to you, young man.
All right.
I'm getting out of here
Have a
tonight.
good night. Have a good night.
I'm getting out of here. I got to go get some sleep. I got some work to do tomorrow.
Go say hi to Tom Bodette for me.
I got these young whippersnappers here trying to run me down.
Uh-huh.
So
That's true. You need a Uber? You need an Uber to get back?
no, I don't
You
need
good?
Uber.
You
I'm
need-
good.
You sure? I can
Yeah.
drive you.
You wanna
Steve can
drive
handle
me?
this.
Steve can handle it?
Yeah. I'll drive you back.
Turn it over.
Where are you staying here?
Hampton Inn.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. Huh?
All right.
Later.
Not coming back. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. Is anybody really watching?
No, nobody's watching this.
172, you said a little bit ago. How many are watching now?
170 something.
Well, watch this. I'm gonna turn my mic down, set
Yep.
my headphone down, and you're gonna instantly go to 340
Oh,
people
probably.
watching.
At least.
It's gonna
At
double.
least. At
it's
least.
gonna double. It's gonna double. No, seriously though, Mikey, thank you, man.
All right, brother.
I enjoyed it as much
Yeah.
as I always do.
Tom Hess is leaving. He's going to make me change the graphic.
Well, put Steven Keeler in there.
Yeah, I might.
That's all easy for you. I've watched you do this. It's just, just.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how long Steve can stick around. He's on ball repping duties.
I am on ball repping
Keep him here all
today.
night, and when they're done, make him stick around for a couple more hours, get him tired so he can't catch me tomorrow.
That's a good idea.
Help me out.
That's a good idea.
Help me out.
I'm going to do a PR training class tonight from 1 to 4 a.m. for anybody that's in the top 20 except for you.
Sweet.
Because you've already been through it. Or I could tell everybody, no, he just can't. He won't ever get it, so he's excused. How about that?
They'll all believe the latter.
Yeah, they probably will. You're right.
All right, everybody.
see
Thanks
ya.
for tuning in. We'll see y'all later.
See
See
you,
you,
Tom.
Tom.
All right, he's out of here. He's on his way out the door. That tournament last weekend must have wiped him out at Concord. Bowling until like 9 at night, 14 hours a team event, and then driving home.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they were burnt up and hooking, and they were Baker event.
I saw some of the videos off of that. I couldn't believe how much they were hooking there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, no re-oil. Wood lanes. That'll do it.
Yeah, that will do it.
Yeah, you going to hop in for a
Yeah,
few?
I'll hop in for a little bit.
How's Linda doing?
She was minus 21 before Game 4, and I don't think it was great Game 4, so getting better. Spare strike to start Game 5. I'll hang around until she's done with this game, and then
Okay.
I'll go back to ball repping.
Was there any similarities to the pattern today compared to the year that you won this event?
Yeah, that's probably why I liked it as much as I did today. It's only a couple feet longer. I think it was 41 feet when I won back in 15.
And where were you playing today?
Started right around 15, and it really didn't end much farther left than 20 or 21. And only the one ball change. Which is saying something, because that Paradox Red I just drilled Thursday night even after league, so the first time I threw it was today in warm-up.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Why not?
What'd you see from it that makes it different than the other Paradox balls?
The continuation, even though it's solid.
Okay.
That was great. And it just kept going. And it wasn't like crazy hook. It got me to the spot and got through the pins. And I was very impressed with it. And then because it's solid, it started burning up, so that's why off to the tactics I go. And that shiny hybrid really got me through the front a lot better and kept it alive down lane.
How far a drive is it again for you guys?
5.5 hours from Kansas City.
Don't you wish it was about an hour and a half closer? That last hour and a half is kind of rough.
Well, that's all. The last hour and a half is everything just north of Des Moines. That's not awful. It's a lot better coming up today than it was going home in February.
Oh, February was
I don't
bad.
know how we made it. It took us 4 hours to just get down Highway 20.
Yeah, February was bad.
Ugh.
I remember just trying to get out of the hotel to get over here in the morning.
February was bad for a lot of reasons, but the weather didn't. The weather was awful.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I don't know how we looked at it. We just, well, we probably shouldn't have gone, but we made it, And then once we got to Des Moines, it looked like it hadn't even snowed. But if I'm telling you it's like an hour and a half from Des Moines to here, roughly, I'm telling you it took 5 hours to get from here to Des Moines going home that day.
Oh. What's the bowling scene like where you live right now, league-wise and stuff? Is it going strong or?
I think so. I actually worked the counter at one of the bowling centers in Olathe.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, for some side money, for some fun side money.
Okay.
So
all right.
so I get Sunday nights at Olathe Lanes East, and
Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you taking one for the team.
Oh yeah, and it is 20 teams of 4 on, a really fun league, and it's a blast. And Olathe Lanes East is probably one of the busiest league centers in town. We have leagues every single night through the fall and winter season, and then we have a couple of senior leagues during the day, I believe. I don't know about them. I'm always at my other job for those, but. I'm not doing a good ball rep duties while I'm sitting up
No,
here.
you're not.
No.
You're not. So what was the deal? Back in the day, I remember, like, I'm talking long time ago.
Okay.
NKC Pro Bowl had some big league, right?
Yes, Metro. We had a lot of big leagues there. It was the Metro League was the last scratch league in town. It was also the last, maybe not the last, but it was a second shift league that started at 9:30 or so. And at the time where I lived, I would get home at 1 in the morning. So I lived about a half an hour south of it.
And
it
didn't,
was a
like, Greg
blast.
Shields bowl in that league?
Yep.
And for a long time, Goebel bowled in the league?
Oh yeah, yes.
Who were-
Everyone in town who was a player bowled in that league, and then through some, I don't know if it was questionable center management, people didn't want to bowl that late anymore. We had one year, I think the last year of it, we bowled at like a normal time. I think we bowled at 7 because no one wanted to be home that late because it was always a struggle Friday morning to be at work. And then I think the bowling center, that didn't make the corner either. I think the bowling center didn't keep the lineage low, so they started charging more in lineage, so our prize fund was going down.
Yeah.
And then we moved it to a center in Independence for a couple of years.
Was that Danny Jackson's place?
No, he was down in Olathe.
Okay.
He was down south.
That's no longer a bowling center, right?
That's correct.
Incredible.
Incredible, because no matter what you might think, you still need leagues to keep a bowling center profitable.
That was the state-of-the-art place when they built that, right?
It was. And Danny believed in trying to get more open play than leagues in a 48-lane center or 40-lane center. And the area he was in is one of the more affluent areas in town. So there's money there, but after a while it's hard to keep getting those families to come in 2 or 3 times a year, drop $60 and make a living off of that. So leagues dwindled. He didn't treat the league bowlers great. And unfortunately, we lose a bowling center in town.
Who are the big pro shops in your area? You got Ussery's place, right?
Ussery's place is the impressive one because he's got stock in everything, and it's gigantic
Does
inside.
Jesse James still own shops?
Oh yeah, like 6 of them. And then you've got the onesie twosies around town that are doing good and have their clientele that everyone believes in them, and they have their following and they have their people, and hey, that's what it takes. You got to get that customer service, build that build those people who will only come back to see you. But I don't know if you've never been in. And there's a ball change. If you've never been in Jeff's place, it is impressive with how big it is, and he literally has everything.
Got a debate in the chat now. Is bowling a sport?
Yes. Why aren't they in the Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you first of all, I don't like being adamant about calling bowling a sport because I really don't like trying to convince people that it's something.
Right.
I'd rather it just take on a life of its own and just people realize that's what it is, right? I also don't really like this whole bowling center versus bowling alley thing. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? I just don't like it because what happened was in the bowling industry, people all of a sudden out of nowhere was like, oh, well, we're just going to be known as fat beer drinking, pizza eating people if it's called an alley. So it's more of a multifunctional business, so we're going to call it a bowling center or a family entertainment center, an FEC, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So that's what we decided internally that we were going to call these things. Okay?
Okay.
How about all of us, you and me, we'll get on our little survey hats with whistles and clipboards, and we'll all head to the mall. Okay? And we'll bring in focus groups of 100 people at a time. And we're going to show pictures up on the screen, and they have to write down what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right.
So we're going to show a football place where they play football, and they're probably going to call it a stadium.
Right.
Or a dome, right? And
Stadium.
Then we're going to show a vehicle that has 4 doors made by Ford, and they're going to call it a car.
Right.
Okay? Then we're going to show what we're in right now, this building.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to say, that's a bowling alley.
Most likely, yes.
Okay, that's what people are going to call it.
Right.
Okay? All right. So, doesn't it make more sense to just call it what non-bowlers call it to try to attract them to come in? Instead, we're all caught up in this bowling center thing because it's supposed to raise our status.
I think the reason they were trying to avoid the alley thing was just the idea of maybe the visual for the word alley is the dark, dingy place between buildings that no one really wants to go to. But I could understand it. I mean, either way, I don't correct people when I hear it either way. You know, if it's your local bowling alley, that's fine. It feels a little weird to say it now, but because I've kind of changed my language to match up to that idea of that it's a bowling center, or I don't even call it a family recreation center. I just call it a bowling center. We cater to all of that in back home where I work. So, you know, leagues are great, and then we get the family entertainment value out. You know, get the families out there for birthday parties and corporate events, and you know, people. We have 2 or 3 organizations every year that rent the whole place out for their stuff.
Sure.
But either way, I don't correct people anymore. If they want to call it a bowling alley, I'm like, hey, just go.
Right.
That's the most important thing. Just please go.
Or how about people that say, hey, I'm going to head up to the bowl for a few minutes?
Right.
Oh, don't call it a bowl.
Oh, I still
They
do that.
smoking weed?
No. I still
What's
call it
going on? A bowl? A
Yeah.
toilet bowl? No, we don't want people to think bowling is shit.
Right.
No, you can't call it a bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
that's
still do
my
that.
point.
Yeah, I
My
know.
point is, who cares?
True.
Who really cares?
Just as long as we get the people to go.
Right. Yeah.
That should be the ultimate goal. Just get people to go.
Yeah.
Try it, have fun.
So let me ask you this. If there was a T-shirt made and it said, head to the alley and go bowling, do you think more people would buy that shirt or more people would buy head to the center and go bowling?
Oh, they'd rather head to the alley.
So if Kohl's said
Uh-huh.
we're going to try one bowling shirt and we're going to order 10,000 of them for people to buy,
Okay. Yeah.
we want people wearing bowling shirts
Right.
over Nirvana or Iron Maiden shirts. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Head to the alley.
So we want to sell them.
yeah,
Head to the alley and go bowling.
absolutely.
I would rather Kohl's stock them, sell out of them, or
Why
have a
don't
better
you-
chance of selling them so people can walk around wearing shirts that say head to the alley and go bowling.
Why don't you make the shirt?
I might. That-
I own,
and you
I
can
own
save
like 5 of your
20%.
shirts.
You get 20% off.
I
right
own
now.
like 5 of your shirts.
Yeah, I see those orders rolling. I appreciate that.
I wish your 3XLs were actually 3XLs.
Well, they're a little tight.
Oh my God.
I know. I don't know. I'm working on something with that right now. I'll tell you about it soon.
I ordered your Scrabble shirt.
The Scrabble one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your 3XL was not a 3XL.
On that one?
No. Not the red one, especially not the red one.
Yeah, send me a picture of it. I want to make sure they made it right.
Okay.
And then take measurements.
I mean, I've lost a little weight and I still don't fit in it.
Yeah, I'm working
Sorry,
on
man.
I'm working on that issue. I think a couple of the shirts are getting mislabeled.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be.
I got maybe. I don't know yet, but I've got a solution coming next month.
Okay.
I got a new thing going on.
'Cause I like your shirts. I wear those for league. I don't wear all the dye sublimated shirts and all that stuff for league. I like to wear those T-shirts for league.
Yeah, I prefer. I wear them too. I wear the t-shirts whenever I do anything. Really, I'm a t-shirt and shorts guy anymore, man.
Ugh. The only time I wear long pants to bowl is nationals, or if the temperature is like under 20 degrees at home. So what do you think? How's scores look in this squad?
I was just about to bring those up.
Yeah,
Take a gander.
I know Crummel was 100 over through 4, I thought. Oh, but he just shot 164.
All right, standings after 4.
Okay.
Fujita 103, Kaimig 68, Crummel 65,
Okay.
Bober 64,
Maybe I was wrong.
Kroll 57, Carpenter 56. Anyway, there are 26 people plus.
Okay. What do you think happened with B Squad? It didn't, like, Casey was 4th at like 101 over, right? And we had we seemingly had like more negative scores in B than we did from A. B Squad get in too far too early?
I really believe, and Tom and I were talking about this, that A squad has an advantage.
A little. I mean, I understand what it is because you still have a little bit of the house shadow left. And as you keep stripping and re-oiling, they get tighter.
They were good early on A.
I shot 250 the first game of B.
Okay, so they were good early.
Yeah.
A only had 80% of the field that B did,
That's true.
and it was on top of a house pattern.
Yeah. The only game I got messed up on was game 3 because I came down to 5 and 6 and they hooked a foot earlier in the heads than the rest of the pairs in the building. So once I got off of 5 and 6, everything played the same. Come on, get that one. All right, let's see. Linda's finishing up her 10th frame of game 5, so I'm going to have to probably bail and go back to ball repping duties.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All
That's
right.
fine. I appreciate you stopping by and getting in on the ball talk.
Oh, I appreciate it. That's always fun.
I'm gonna end up talking with the chat for the rest of the thing.
It's a lot more fun to watch this time than years past where I'm hoping I'm not the number and I can just relax and watch bowling
Yeah,
and not root against people.
that is nice. There's been other times you've been in here throwing darts.
Yeah, others are like, oh, well, that one just cost me. So, yep, I'm going to be the second guy out.
I'll tell you, it's actually interesting watching pro bowlers do it when there's 2 squads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a lot of squad inequality on the pro tour.
I've seen a lot of talk about that lately on Wriggle's site has it, or Facebook in general.
Yeah, and
I've seen
Belmo
a
was
lot
talking
of that.
about it, how
Yeah.
recently there was one that was really lopsided, and that's why they should always have 1 squad.
But you know what? And that was the case when I was doing regional stuff. You know what? Oh my God, almost 10 years ago now. We always had that thing where, you know, an A squad or a B squad looked like it was just more stacked than the other. But really, when you looked at it, you know, A squad had more for a regional side. A squad had a lot of the local guys who just wanted to get in, get out, and B squad had more guys who might have drove in from home that day because they couldn't get out Friday night from work or whatever.
Yep.
So that, you know, regional wise, that kind of contributed to that squad inequity.
Sure.
I don't know if it's that way on the. I've never bowled a national tour stop, so I don't know if it's that way on the national tour stop also, or you're just assigned a squad and off you go.
I think you can put in requests to bowl with, like, people you're rooming with and stuff. I think they're kind of cool about that.
Okay.
To some degree.
That would make sense. Well, she shot 180 that game, so she is 73 under. All right. Well, man, it's been cool. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
No problem. I like the ball talk. That's always fun. And yes, I will never correct someone who says bowling alley, and I will be looking for your shirt here in a couple of months when it comes out.
I don't know. And I also say, you know, why do you stream tournaments and why do you do so much in bowling? It's for the love of the game.
Exactly.
I don't say it's for the love of the sport.
No.
It's baseball a sport? Yeah.
But baseball is a game also.
Is there a movie called For the Love of the Game? It was very successful?
Right.
Yes. So it's another thing. I don't get caught up in this game versus sport thing.
When you look at it, okay, so this will be my last part, then I'll go back to being a bar rep again.
Okay.
So that whole bowling a sport thing, sure. Okay, so here's how if you look at it that way, you get, you know, what, millions and millions of people who come out and do this game recreationally, right?
Yep.
But then when you come out to something like this and you put down $160, $170, whatever it is, to bowl 7 games on, you know, 43 feet and 31 units of oil put down in some way so that it's really hard to strike, that becomes more of a sport. So maybe it is, you can look at it the 2 ways. You have the sport out here for all these people who want to do it, and then you have the game for everyone else who just wants to show up and do it recreationally. Why? And then my part is, I'll add this. Why I think the Olympics have such a hard time with this particular game, because here we all are, most everyone here is amateurs and we're all going to make money, and they have a hard time with that. They think amateurs and money is not correct. And that's how I've always looked at it.
Sure.
I've always looked at it that way. I've always looked at it as the amateurism of bowling. You know, that's always a funny word that people use in blogs. But it's that part of it where we're all out here making money, and this isn't our profession. I think the Olympics ends up having a harder and harder time with that part of it. Now, I know they've allowed pro basketball and pro everything else, but I think that's where they kind of struggle a little bit with this.
I think the biggest thing with this, why it's not in the Olympics, is because kids aren't jumping at
and
the
that
bit
is the
to
other
do this.
thing. That is the other thing. That you know, there isn't a big following for the youth to come out and become good at this. They now see it as the hey, let's go when it's 50 cents a game, 50 cents for shoes and 50 cents for hot dogs. We'll go bowl at that time. Then when it's $21 an hour and we're charging you $3 for shoes. And that comes from personal experience because I watch it every Sunday night when it's a $3 cover charge, 50 cents for shoes and 50 cents a game. And they're all way happier to hand me a $5 bill for their 2 games, shoes, and bowling.
Sure.
And they get their 5 or 6 other friends to come out, and that's what they do. So yeah. Other than that, looking forward to bowling tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I'm hoping I show up tomorrow. Would be a good day to no call, no show. I've never done that one before. Where's Mike? I don't know.
Someone just turn this on and
Yeah.
let it. Hopefully we hit the right power button.
Yeah.
Just turn it on and let it go.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
I gotta
dude.
go catch up. Thanks
All
a lot,
right.
man.
Yep. See
See
ya.
ya.
Steve Keeler spending time. Tom Hess spending time. I'm about ready to spend some time with the chat. I see you guys in there. A lot of banter going around. Want me to kick people out and stuff. I don't think I'm going to kick anybody out at this point, but we do need to clean it up a little bit. It's nothing too ridiculous. Just people getting triggered on one another. Let's see what I can figure out here. What do we have? Not real happy with this camera over here. I want to fix this scoreboard real quick. All right, I fixed my scoreboard. That should be better. Got my ambient mic working. Flying solo for the rest of this. All right, let's see. Chat's moving fast. All right, let's see how far back I can go here. Mike Hawk, stop instigating stuff in the chat. Otherwise, I will ban you. Okay, so let's just keep it cool. All right, let's see. Guy in a hat, yep, not a PBA event. Shorts, hats, and people without their names on their shirt. I've seen one high five shirt, not PBA. Okay. Mike, you know so much about what tournament was the first sanctioned 900 shot in, and what lane was the 3-game shot on? The first sanctioned 900 was Jeremy Sonnefeld. It was in a tournament where he was moving lanes. I believe it was in Nebraska, and I believe it was on a house shot, if I remember correctly. I may or may not be right about that. Shouldn't you be playing Shooter McGavin right now? Happy. Have you been to a PBA event regional? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Look at this. Thanks for the wonderful work in the booth. Have a great night, my man. Later. See you, Brandon. That was a while ago. Every pro, say for the love of the game, not the sport, because they get paid to play a game. I believe a PBA player got suspended for making negative interview comments about squads not being fair to everyone. Yeah, that was more just about the oil conditions in general. That was Ryan Simonelli. Did it on the Flow Bowling podcast. Ripped a rack. Cody, please don't waste your time, energy. Okay, but they're all sports. Let's see what else we have in here. Hey, Jordan, the comment about tasting, let's keep that to a minimum. Let's see. Why is everybody so sensitive? Chill and get along. I agree with that one. Let's see. Let's not talk about Donald Trump in here. Who cares if someone's bowling knowledge, expert or casual? I'm on the Wriggles train when it comes to this. In a competitive sense, there's no such thing as an amateur. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm somewhat caught up here. Okay, when you try to figure out what a cut score might be, let me try to figure that one out for you guys. I'm going to try to get printouts and start calculating some of this for you. I'll be right back. Okay, so if I go over here to the Inside Bowling Twitter feed, and I look on here, if he takes 50, I need to find out how many he's taken too. So Joe's taking 57 to tomorrow. 57. So that's what we're looking at. 57. So if I go and look at A and B squads combined. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Nick Pate wants to come in during Game 7. So and if you're watching this on YouTube, the recorded version afterwards, the reason why I sound so spotty is because the internet keeps going out. It's every couple minutes. It's really annoying. So if they're taking 57 spots, I'm going to say 20 make it off of this squad. So 37th position is 33 over from the first two squads. 33 over is 37. So we've got 37th place plus 33, and they're taking 57, like I was saying. So it could drop a little bit further down than that. Right now, there are 14 people at 33 or more on this squad. After 4. They're in game 6.
made a flush out.
Well, this seems to maybe be working now. I don't know for how long it's going to work, everybody. Yeah, you can get on. Yeah, that one's fine. Yeah, that's the third one over. Finishing up game number 6. Highly annoying that the internet keeps going out. Very, very annoying. I'm trying to figure out a cut score, but every time I try to figure out a cut score, I'm trying to fix the internet to work. So here's what I've kind of come up with, though. And Nick Pate joining me now in the booth. Nick Pate here.
I'm here, Nick Pate.
So, you know, 37th through A and B combined, 37th position was plus 33. He's taken 57.
Yep.
Right? And based off of how many bowlers bowled earlier today, I think about 37th place is accurate. I think 20 will make it off this squad.
Yes.
Just roughly in my mind.
Yeah.
That's just what I kind of think. Now, it may be different, but that's just my thought. So 37th is plus 33. And if you take 20 from this squad, I think 20 people will beat plus 33. It's kind of my gut feeling right now. So let's see how close I am on that. So if I look at this squad and I look at where we're at, currently right now, if I look at just 20 people, that's even now. So the cut score went down from 4 to 5.
Okay.
So on this squad, there are currently 14 people that beat plus 33. Okay. So 6 more people would have to get there to plus 33, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's probably not going to happen.
No, it might be lower than 33 then, wouldn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
So then if I go back over to this, so let's say I add 2 spots. This is kind of a funky way to do this. But if I'm looking at 2 other spots, right? So 33 is 37th. Let's just go to like 40th, right? So 40th
22.
is a tie at 22.
That's a big drop.
So if we took through 41st at 22, how many beat 22 here? 18.
And that would be 15. That'd be 59.
Yeah,
That'd
which
be
is too many.
Too many. So,
Hi, Nick.
Ken Duffield, Eagle winner.
Yeah, finally got one. So that's kind of where I'm at on this. Like, it's in between that 22
Yeah.
33 range. 33 is probably too high.
28's looking pretty good right now. Might even be between 22 and 28.
Appreciate people hanging in there with this internet issue. Really don't know what else to do. Makes my product look bad, and I have nothing to do with it.
Mike does a fantastic job. I'm just going to let the people know. It's not his fault.
Thanks. Yeah, and I don't do it that often. It's stressful enough just to try to get the stuff to work on its own. All right, we're going into Game 7 now. I do know that much.
Game 7.
I'm Mike Flanagan, joined by Nick Pate here in the booth. We're trying to get a cut score for you. You know, on the earlier squad, what was 39th was 28, huh?
So that
39 is plus 28. So 28
18 people have to beat that, which is pretty close to what they're doing right now
Right.
through
It is.
6 or whatever.
5 games.
Yeah.
I need to, once I get a Game 6 update, I'll know a lot more. So the standings are on Inside Bowling on Twitter. You can go over to the Twitter feed and you can look at the standings. You can see after A and B, and then you can see through 5 games on C Squad. And Nick, you're at what, 40?
45. So I'm safe.
Yeah, you're safe.
I was going to re-enter, but then I said, I'll just shoot 200 over tomorrow for 6 and
There you go.
make my run then instead of doing it in qualifying.
So do you think you made a mistake playing urethane out to begin with, and that you should have just moved in and played deep?
So I did play deep for the first 3, and I think I talked to you, I was minus 8.
Yep.
I come to realize I was not throwing the right ball. Because last game, I switched to something that hooked and stopped, which is kind of what you need and trap it here. And I shot 240. So, hindsight's 20/20. I should have started with that, but,
Right.
I should have started with a different ball. Should have thrown a different ball. Should have something little in the fronts, but I didn't. It is what it is. I haven't bowled in 5 or 6 days because I just got back from Sweden. Got
Yep.
back from the summer tour, and it's grueling mentally and physically. So I decided to take a couple days off. I'm actually going to take more days off before the U.S. Open just to get everything mentally prepped for that and bowl these weekend. I'm going to be a weekend warrior for the next month. But popped off 240 the last game. Just take it as is. Go 200 over tomorrow, and we'll be set.
No problem, Cade. We're trying to get things cleaned up here. We're getting this chat cleaned up. Not to mention, We got Nick Pate up here in the booth. Nick Pate here.
Nick Pate here. That started a while ago, didn't
Long
it?
time ago. You miss working with me on the little bit of the side stuff?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. We had some fun times.
We did. Still do. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not just because you switch companies.
Yeah.
It just means we just don't work as close together on
don't,
some of the business stuff.
I don't get forced to run for, like
Right.
100 feet or whatever it was.
Yeah, now you're doing it on your own.
Yeah. That was the motivation.
I know.
I was out of shape, and you're like, Nick, we're gonna make a run-in video.
Yeah, we're gonna run. All right.
So I've been watching Ronnie Fujita.
Yep.
9th year grad student, so
Yeah.
he's like the modern day Tommy Boy, to be honest.
Yeah. You know what's funny about him is Tom Hess was tired up here in the chat, and he goes, Ronnie Fajita. He just swapped out a letter.
Yeah.
You just swap out the U for an A. Fajita.
Yeah. Fajita.
Fujita. Fujita. We should call him Fujita.
Fajita. Just start something new.
Ronnie Fujita.
And then I've been my old college teammate is bowling with Ronnie, Joe Bevilacqua in the red right here.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a senior when I was a freshman at Midland, so I haven't seen him in probably 3 or 4 years right now. 3 years. Where's your next tournament to live stream?
Holiday doubles, I think.
Holiday doubles.
Yeah.
I'll be bowling that.
Are you? Who you bowling with?
So I'll let you guess. He just came off of surgery a year ago, and he's been bowling great ever since. He won his first title recently.
Sherman?
Yeah.
You guys are bowling together?
I claimed him.
Can you guys bowl together?
I think so. Yeah, I bowled with Crummell last year, and we're both members. I think it's Titleist.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I know. Well, so I think it's Titleist, but I claimed him and asked him to bowl with me after he came off of hip surgery. It was his first tournament back off hip surgery. And, you don't expect much, but I said, okay, I'll do it. So I think I've earned that right to bowl with him now that he's bowling amazing. So I'm hoping he carries me this year because I carried him last year. And that was the one. He said there's one tournament that he wants to win being a local person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wants to win that one because of just being local. She bought me a drink tonight.
She got you a drink?
Yeah, because I lined her up. Or actually, I went and got her bowling balls from her car.
You better have a raspberry vodka with Sprite and that biscuit.
You want a what?
You better have a raspberry vodka with Sprite after I
Raspberry vodka.
Raspberry
Sprite.
vodka. So I have 5 frames to put that order in. So last year, I ball repped her to miss the cut by 1 pin. This year, I ball repped her to miss the cut by like 80. Andy Mills is going to shoot 150 over the last 2 to make the cut at like plus 80.
Is he really?
I don't know what he shot last game, but I came down and he had strike like 6-bagger. And now he's got strike 4-bagger. I think that adult beverage kicked in that he had 2 games ago. So loose arm swing, You've seen the pattern before. He's on a re-entry right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's on a re-entry.
He is.
I'm bowling a team tournament with him next weekend. He recruited me.
Really?
Yeah. So I got to ask. I didn't hear it, But my dad back home said the conversation with you and Crummel about me during the live stream was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I wish I would have put up a better game. I thought it was going to be a better game.
I'll tell you what, we thought all you guys were going to have better games.
Yeah.
You guys didn't total 800 for the 4 of you.
But through first 5 frames, I thought, all right, this is all right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Then that, that pocket 510 that I left on a great shot.
Yeah, we kept thinking that you were tossing the ball way far to the right.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
You kept spraying it right? But then once you missed one a little left, you left a 510.
I'm like, okay.
So then we were like, okay, this is why he keeps missing. If he misses, he's missing right. Because he's still going to hit the pocket and not go Brooklyn.
So
oh, my, 510.
That's a 5.7.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. I was thinking about your shot still.
So the game prior, I probably threw the best 220 of my life with urethane. And then I come over here and I can't hit the same spot twice.
Yeah. Gabe Owner is a huge fan of yours. Wants a shout out.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Give him a shout out. Maybe does he know me because of the Brad and Kyle videos?
Could be.
I feel like the live stream, I need to be shirtless for this.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. I was talking about earlier. I asked Tess. He said he was cold in here. And I said, yeah, it is cold in here. And then I said, what would you think if I said earlier I had a Speedo on, just a Speedo only up here. And I said, would you take offense if I was just wearing a Speedo? And he's like, no, I'd be fine. I wouldn't be comfortable, but I'd be fine. And he's like, why'd you even bring that up? And I'm like, well, because I'm cold right now and I've got all these clothes on and I want like a coat. But then I started thinking mentally, what if I was up here in a Speedo? I'd be dying to have these clothes on. So I mentally all of a sudden just got real warm. Yeah. It made sense. So, yeah, if you were up here with no shirt on, that wouldn't be bad. That'd probably be a good thing.
It would make sense.
It would make a lot of sense.
So I'm in a group chat with people from Texas, and I'm going to give him a shout-out because he came up with this idea. Zeno Garcia.
Yep, Zeno.
I'm going to try and find this real quick because he said I should make a shirt that says...
I'm not wearing a shirt?
It says, I didn't wear a shirt, so I have to wear this one. All right. I forgot to wear my shirt again, so somebody gave me this stupid shirt.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Like inside bowling merch. And
yeah, I could put that on there.
Yeah, but I have to give him credit. I won't give him any royalties or anything.
No, just credit.
Just credit. Thank you, Zeno, for the great idea. Oh, 510. He left the 5.7 and the 5.10
and the 5.10 back-to-back, yeah. On the live stream.
On the live stream.
Yeah. I'll be able to look back at that and just love it.
So what's your favorite part about doing all these live streams throughout the years?
What's my favorite part? So deep down, I really don't like doing them anymore.
No.
If I'm just being like brutally honest, right? Like, I would have thought after doing this 9 years or so that I would have found someone or a group of people that could go do all this under my brand. But it doesn't pay that much money.
Yeah.
A few of them do, but most of them don't. So to do this for an entire weekend is just like, okay. Yeah. And then the equipment costs money and all this other stuff. But with that said, like, if you would have said to me when I was 10, 12, 14 years old, whatever, that I would be able to go into a bowling center or alley. We had this debate earlier, and I just said center. If I could go into a bowling establishment and be able to basically fire up 8 cameras and get them all to talk to one another and be able to bring up different pictures and bring up, picture-in-pictures and all this different stuff, I would have had the ability to do that. And not only that, but then also promote it on social media and then be the lead commentator just in general. Like, all I really want to do is just be the commentator.
Yeah.
I only want to commentate. Like, I wish I could just, like, show up, do my show prep, and show up Saturday morning and stream all day by commentating, and somebody else was sitting here building the graphics. Somebody else was checking the internet connection. Somebody else was doing all this other stuff. I wouldn't have to do any of it. All I do is sit there and commentate. That's it.
And you're very good at that.
Like Joe Buck, or whoever, Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick doesn't show up to his studio and have to plug in the microphones, go live on DirecTV.
Worry about the internet.
Make sure the podcast is uploaded to iTunes and Spotify afterwards. No, all he has to do is interview guests, and that's why he's so good at it. Okay? I have to do everything. I don't like that part of it. I don't like it at all. I hate it.
I think we've had this conversation before behind the live stream.
I hate it. But with that said, I absolutely love the chat. I love the people in the chat. Like, I love the fact that somebody or multiple people are at home wanting to watch this and they couldn't make it out and they want to spend their evening bullshitting with me back and forth.
Yeah.
I try to pay very close attention to the chat and interact and answer any questions they may have, whatever. Because I'm around bowling. I got the inside pulse to what's going on in the industry.
Yeah.
There's some things I can't talk about. There's some things I can be vague about. There's things I can really dive into. I can offer my opinions. And during qualifying, that's what I do. Now, when we get down to where it's like a serious tournament and we're down to 5 or whatever, I'm pretending that I'm Chris Schenkel or that I'm Bo Burton or whatever I need to do, you know. And then that's fun, and I almost got to pinch myself that I even have that opportunity.
Yeah.
But the flight here, the drive here, the hooking everything up and making sure it works, the buying of the equipment, the promoting it on social media, the dealing with the internet struggles, all these different things, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it. But I love the chat. I love the seeing you guys, the competitors, the bowlers. I love everything about all of that. Like hardcore, like big time. It's amazing. Like if I could just do it from home, like if it was like, hey, Kim, it's Saturday. I'm going to snap my fingers or drive 5 minutes to where I need to be, and I'm going to walk in and everything's ready for me.
Perfect.
And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to call bowling, and then in between squads, I'm going to come home and make some nachos, or I'm going to hang out and watch a little TV and then go back and do it some more.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like that works. That works for me. I would do it all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I do it a lot. It's all this other BS. I mean, even flying with this 91-pound Pelican case and arguing with the airlines over this being a media pass. And they go, well, what network do you work for? I don't work for a network. I have this. I do my own thing. I am the network.
You're looking at it.
You know, it's like that's the part that's just so annoying with doing this. It's annoying. It's so annoying. But at the same time, it's really cool. Like, you know, the Flow Bowling does the PBA. BowlTV.com does the PWBA. And then there's me sitting out here as this independent. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
If I want to curse right now on the air, I could say, shit, Nick, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get a call from Tom Clark or Chad Murphy saying,
Why
hey,
did you do that?
we don't do that on our airwaves.
Yeah.
And I love that flexibility and independency. And I love Tom Clark and Chad Murphy. I have a great relationship with both those guys. And they respect this too. And sometimes they've even said it's cool that you have your own little brand and do your own thing because you don't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're going to stay small if you do that, you know? And I understand that. There's pros and cons to having my own channel over here. And I get really angry at my channel growth because I'm not active on it enough. I've been at like 15,000 subscribers for like 6 months, you know?
Yeah.
Brad and Kyle are gaining 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month, whatever.
Do they give you any shout-outs?
Yeah, but there's no reason to shout out this channel.
Yeah.
Like, hey, 4 times a year this dude goes live for 2 days. That's not worth it.
You should have put it in the contract when you collab with them on your merch.
Yeah, no, they help with merch. They have because they're on there. Their merch is sold through Inside Bowling. But
I know they're coming out with new merch, and I'm kind of excited to see what it is. I know Kyle teased it a little bit on his Instagram.
Oh boy, I got to clean this up some more. I said how much I love.
Okay.
I love the chat. Let's see. User. Somebody just keeps coming on with a new name every couple of minutes.
Yeah.
AJ, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I cursed. My son's watching this. In today's society, though, honestly, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful at all, AJ, because I completely understand what you're saying here, but I do want to say that, if you turn on any network television after 7 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and God bless you if you keep that away from your kids and you're able to keep all that out of their systems. But I will never do anything derogatory that is outside of what you would see on CBS or NBC after 7 o'clock at night. This show is on after 7 o'clock at night as well. We are in the bowling world, and there are times occasionally that I will drop a couple of bombs. I normally don't drop the F-bomb at all on here, but it is in my daily language, and I'm not afraid to say that. Like
No.
I don't have any children of my own, so I don't understand.
Yeah.
But it's in my vocabulary, definitely.
Yeah. Andrew asked what kind of pattern they're on. 43 feet and 31 mils. I'm pretty sure it's like a 2.14 to 1 ratio. But this place is known for hooking a little bit earlier, and 10 and right is not a good spot to be because of topography.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to change subjects on you.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm off that.
Yeah.
I need to see. I was hoping we'd get a Game 6 update here.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we'd get that before this game was over.
I'm just glad that 25 people didn't pass me because that was the number.
Oh, we've got after 6 was posted 4 minutes ago. Okay, so after 6, 19th is plus 23.
19th is plus 23.
He's taken 57.
Wow. So 23, that puts 1959 too many.
19th, there's a tie at 23.
So there's a 27 for 17th, 40th. So it looks like it's 20. It'd be 27 going into this game.
23, tied
23.
tied at 23.
Yeah.
The cut number going into the last game is 23, a tie.
Yeah. It is.
And there's two 22s
Yep.
that's already on the board in the clubhouse.
Who are we looking at? Darren.
So you got like Brendan Williams, Drake Berry, Anthony Dodge are all right there.
Anthony Dodge
Ken
can strike
Duffield.
out for 229 here. He's on lane 12.
So if he does that, Dodge,
He would get to 33.
yeah, 33.
And that would be the. You
Yeah.
said. Oh, that was the number you had written down there.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 33. I was thinking 33 kind of
Yeah.
all along.
33 would be a safe number, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
just threw
definitely
it.
safe.
And he 4 sevens.
Where's Duffield? He's
Ken
around here, isn't
Duffield.
he?
He was wearing a orange.
I thought I saw him like right here just minutes ago.
Yeah, I think he's yonder. He came to say hi. He's wearing a Horton Nation, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he is.
You know, if you would have said something, I would have walked around the wireless cam earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Got some inside scoop on the lanes down there.
Yeah, I have a wireless mic, but
Oh.
I never hooked it in. Never plugged it in. Yeah, so then we also.
Oh, I see him sitting down.
What about Drake Berry, Brendan Williams? And how many people fall out? How many go up? How many go down?
Nick Crummell, he's at 39 over.
Yeah.
They're down there. Chad Nelson, Chad's a great bowler. I figure he can grind out 190.
He sure
here.
is.
Growing up in Minnesota, that was the one guy that you idolize because he's just stays in every cut.
Sure. Let's see here.
Ken Duffield just put his hands up. It looks like I see a couple spares and one split there and a strike. Oh, Anthony Dodge opened the 10th. So he got the +1, not enough.
Who's in from this squad as of 6? I mean, I guess you would say, if I'm looking at it here, Ronnie Fujita, Tim Grundler, Billy Hibbard, Jerry Mars, Brandon Mooney, Dan Carpenter, David Kroll, Chad Nelson, Russ Oviatt, Joe Bevilacqua, Paul Bober, Andy Shutt, Austin Bull, Nick Crummel, Evan Miller, Jamie Clark. That was before this game,
Yeah.
and guys could go backwards.
There's Crummel bowling right now. He just struck, it looks like. He's got like a 4-bagger up there, so I think Crummel's safe. Joe Bevilacqua's got 163 in the ninth, and he was at 44, so he needs to fill 20?
20.
Fill 20?
Yeah, 25, something
Yeah,
like that.
just get a double and you're in.
Yeah, because 17 off of that.
Would be at 27.
Yeah, and I don't think that's an.
Ugh,
Oh,
that'd be close.
it would be.
Just get a double, Joe. Double and then throw it down the middle is my my advice there.
And Fujita, you know, he's got 190. I mean, he's in
100.
great shape,
Yeah.
but still.
And now he's lofting like the college days, and he 9-pin. You know,
He's gonna bowl 180 the last game.
180. He's not even trying.
It's gonna get him down to 100.
The top two went to Lindenwood, I'm pretty sure.
Paul Bober. Oh wow.
Oh.
Paul Bober just picked the 4-7-10, and Bober
Oh, he
just
was 42.
42. He's
nope.
gonna fall back.
That's even.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
Dude, this number's falling backwards.
Yeah.
It's falling backwards.
I'm okay with that, to be honest.
It is. It's falling back. It's falling
So 20.
back.
So what we got? 22.
The
might
number
be
went.
okay?
The number went up game 6, but it's going down game 7.
22.
Well, here we got to look at this one.
Yeah.
Right. So let's.
He went to minus, so you count him out.
So let's take. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Let's look at this sheet over here. Let's take 28 as 39th, right?
Yep.
So then that would be 19 off of this squad was 23. Dude. I think
There's 2 people at plus 22.
it wouldn't surprise me if Adcock and Halen are tied. And I think Joe takes them both then.
Oh, he does. He
I
takes
think
all
he does.
ties?
I'll find out.
107 for Ronnie Fujita. Good for that guy. Joe Bev. Oh, he gave the big 4. Live streams this one, I think. No, it might be that one. Joe needs this one to stay in.
Yeah, I'm predicting 22 now. I think Adcock and Halen.
Oh, he doubled.
He did.
He caved the big 4 on the first shot.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Halen and Adcock.
He said he takes both, though?
Yeah, he will take.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll take both on a tie. No roll-offs or anything.
Okay. Roll-offs are exciting. Oh, here we go.
Oh, never mind. Here we go.
And it took a score
22 over, I'm guessing.
14-22.
We called it.
Made the cut, and that 14-22 was actually a tie.
A tie?
14-22. We said it.
We do take the tie.
Adcock and Halen both made it.
22 over.
58 bowlers made the cut.
22 over is your cut score.
I made that, by the way. I was 23 pins higher.
Bracket pay out here fairly soon.
Tom Adcock and Brian Halen are your cut score, plus 22. Thanks for everybody for watching today. We started streaming at 8:30, and it's 11:30, so that's 12 plus 3, 15 hours with a couple breaks in there. So thanks, everybody. Love you a long time, and we will see you tomorrow, and Nick will be bowling tomorrow.
I will. Thanks.
See you later.